Junior, number 2, Spencer Chris.
Good evening and welcome here to Turner Stadium here on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's MSFA crossover matchup between the Taylor University Trojans and the Saint Xavier Cougars. Rick Johnston here with you tonight. The Trojans come in 2-1 off the bye week last week. Their last game was on September 15th. They defeated Trinity International by a final of 50-13. Saint Xavier lost last week to number 1 St. Francis 27-19 in their homecoming game back on their home field. Big story to look out for today. Saint Xavier comes in first in the MSFA in sacks with 21. The Trojans have allowed the fewest sacks in the MSFA this year. They have allowed just 2. We'll take a quick break here on the Marion General Hospital pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Trojans, Ron Korfmacher. This is Taylor Football here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is...
Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show, catching up with the head football coach of Taylor University, Ron Korfmacher, after they returned to Turner Stadium following their bye week a week ago, as they take on Saint Xavier here this afternoon in an MSFA crossover matchup, actually here tonight with a 6 o'clock start time. Coach, how did you get ready for the bye week last week, and how did it go for you and the team?
Very good. The second week we returned to a little bit better health, and it's just been a good progression between these 2 weeks of preparation, focusing on fundamentals, which we want to do every week, bye week or not, but our guys are eager to play, and it's good to have a game in front of us and moving closer to it.
What did you guys work on during that bye week? Obviously a little bit later than your bye week was a year ago, so you get a little bit of time to maybe kind of get back to the fundamentals. What did you work on with you and the guys last week?
Everything because of the extended time of it, but had some focused special teams time. Every element from, when you look at our practice structure, inside drill to 7-on-7s, team time, just all of it. Indie time. I know I'm not being specific enough, but I wanted to build on what we're doing well. We know it's going to come. It's going to get more difficult week by week. As there's more film and material on us. Teams identify what our strengths and what our vulnerabilities are. And then the same for us on other teams. We spend a little bit of time, especially this week on St. X, very very little time of on them the previous week. But so this week was pretty normal. And then you kind of got one extra practice in this week because Mondays was not a film day, post-game day. It was just another beginning of the week practice for us.
Does that help, having that extra day of practice against a team that you don't see every season, with it being a league crossover game?
Oh, it helps, just whoever you're facing. And we haven't seen St. X a lot, but they're not that different over the years. You know, they tend to, probably something you'll ask soon about the quarterback and their offensive play. You know, they're throwing the ball, they get it out quick. They play a lot of wide receiver sets, you know, whether 4 wide or 5. Don't use a tight end that often. You know, there's some similarities to that football team over the years. They're pretty opportunistic on special teams. They like to press the issue and pressure the quarterback. So in some ways, they're a good St. X football team, and they're well coached, and they go out and play it hard. They've faced some good opponents this year, so you know, they've been tested for sure. The schedule that they've faced.
Let's talk about your opponent, the Saint X, coming in here, receiving votes in the most recent top 25 poll. They lost to number 1 St. Francis last week, 27-19. They did score 16 points in that second half to try to make a game of it before USF pulled away late. You mentioned the quarterback situation. Their starting quarterback, Alex Martinez, left the game in the second quarter. Justin Hunniford came in, replaced him, and in the process threw a 98-yard touchdown pass in the game. You mentioned that St. X has been running the same offense or similar offensive styles in most recent years. Does that help preparing for them, knowing that they're going to have a potentially different starting quarterback back there than who had been the starter for the majority of the beginning part of the season?
I don't know about that. Again, the personnel-wise, they like to get the ball out quick. They like to throw their screens, their in-cuts. Again, they'll run vertical up the field. They'll run some fly and jet motion across. So, you know, again, whether it's a guy who started the year for them or not, we know they've got competition at every position. And this time of year, when you get some injuries on any squad, the competition at position starts showing up. And if it's a good deep position and there's good competition, then, you know, sometimes it's a plug-and-play situation.
A battle of strengths on Saturday tonight. St. X leads the league in sacks. You have allowed the fewest sacks in the league so far this year, allowing just 2. How do you try to combat a pesky defensive front for St. X?
It's just got to be sound in our assignments, and then also good balance, good punch, good fit. You know, it's just stuff that we work on weekly with our O-linemen, and then our running backs. They're part of the pass protection game, so again, that's something we're going to see. You know, one team will prevail in that battle. You know, that's one of those battles to protect the quarterback. There'll be other battles. You know, the takeaway battle. And then a special team battle. I mean, mainly those 3, red zone, 3rd down. There's so many things, not just the scoreboard, but so many battles within this game to see which team prevails at which situations.
Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck against St. X tonight.
All right, thank you.
We thank the head coach of the Trojans, Ron Korfmacher, for talking to us. As you heard from our lead official tonight, James Little, the head referee. Taylor wins the toss. They have deferred. So that means St. Xavier will get the ball first here to start. And that means we will get to see this backup quarterback, Justin Hunniford, out there first. He replaces the starter, Alex Martinez, who was hurt in last week's loss, I should say, against number 1 St. Francis. Big matchup for St. Francis. They take on Marion tonight in the NAIA game of the week. We've got a good one upcoming here. We're glad you are joining us here this evening. Taylor trying to snap a long losing streak at the hands of the St. Xavier Cougars. And Gunderson will be back deep to kick this one away. Harold Davis and Vance McShane, the starting wide receiver and the starting running back, are back deep for St. Xavier. They've had 12 returns of at least 25 yards in their 5 games this season, including at least 1 return of at least 25 yards in each game. Gunderson has it teed up. He kicks it off to our left, a short one that McShane will take just outside the 15. He angles into his left. He's at the 20-yard line, at the 25. He's wrapped up from behind by Jordan Jackson and wrestled down to the turf just shy of the 30. They'll call it the 29-yard line, and that's where St. Xavier will start. 1st and 10, they go from left to right.
The 30-yard line.
So call the 29-yard line. And we are ready to go here on the Jordan Jackson stop. It's Hunniford in the gun. It looks to be keeping Eric Williams Jr. off to his right. 4 wide, 3 right, 1 to the left. Taylor 4-man front. Delayed handoff up the middle to Williams. He puts his head down, and he runs right into a wall of defenders. The big men up front stymied that run short. The defensive line for Taylor stops him short. Brady Hill comes in on the first carry. And actually make it, that is Eric Williams with those dreadlocks sticking out underneath his matte gray hat. So no gain on 1st and 10 from the 29. Taylor shows pressure with Rob Murray, and Hunniford might be changing the play. He's got 2 receivers at either side. Williams set to his left. Taylor brings a delayed blitz. Hunniford out to the far side, and a miscommunication between Hunniford and Davis. Good coverage on the far side of the field by Taylor's Jackson Bronkema. But an overthrow on the pass. It's 3rd down and 10 here for St. X.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
First pass of the afternoon for Hunniford. He's played in all 5 games this year, 474 yards, 2 touchdowns, and started 4 games a year ago for St. X before going down with an injury. 3rd down and 10 from their own 29. St. X going from left to right in red, first possession of the ball game. Trips right. Murray almost jumps offside. The snap comes within the neutral zone. Free play for St. X. Hunniford airs it out near side. Gehrig tracking it. He will usher Elliott Pipkin out of bounds, but Murray taps his chest. He was in the neutral zone when that ball was snapped by the center, Anthony Sorrow. And here comes the first penalty of the afternoon, or the evening, I should say, against Taylor University.
Offside. Defense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
So the good news for Taylor is just a 5-yard penalty. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 here for St. X. First possession of the game. St. X comes in 2-3 overall. They had a rush for no yards with Eric Williams Jr. on the first play from scrimmage, then an incomplete pass. But now 3rd and manageable with 3 receivers stripped to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left, 3rd and 5 for St. X from their own 34. Middle of the field snap. Hunniford, quick throw, batted into the air, and Hunniford won't be able to get it back in his hands. It's Brady Hill who smacked that ball high into the air, and Taylor forces a punt here on the first possession of the game, it looks like, here with St. X.
That will bring up 4th down.
So Hunniford goes to the air twice, cannot get a pass completion. And we'll see Kyle Hazard, the punter, on for the first time. 5'10", redshirt freshman from Bolingbrook, Illinois. The Gehrig brothers, Grant and Tyler, are back deep. He'll rugby style to the near side. This is toward Tyler Gehrig. He'll catch it on the run to the 31, angling back to his right, 35-40, outside the numbers, near side, 45-50. Gehrig still on his feet, 45. He puts that shoulder down and almost got down to the St. X 40-yard line. Great punt return by the elder Tyler Gehrig, and then extracurriculars happen on the near sideline. A flag is thrown.
Down into St. X territory.
Gehrig took that from his own 31 and got close to the 40. We'll look and see what the penalty is here after some words were exchanged here on the near side of the field.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Receiving team, number 47. Be 15 yards from the end of the run, play 1st down.
That's against Jordan Jackson. Second penalty against Taylor here tonight. So after a punt return.
The first unsportsmanlike on number 47 for the game.
So after a great punt return for Gehrig, it's going to move the ball back into TU territory early on here in this first quarter. So it'll go from the St. X 40 back to the TU 45. So here's Pollard and the Taylor offense. They will go shotgun and have 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Crisp is the lone man back with the 5th-year senior. They bump Pollard and Crisp, a screen pass right side to Boy, sipping through to the 50 outside the numbers, dragging tacklers down before he gets back into St. Xavier territory. He takes it down to the 48, and that's a gain of 7 on 1st and 10. Finally stopped by Josh Hediger of St. X.
To the 49-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 4.
So a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 on Daniel Boy's first catch of the night. He's a lone wide receiver to the right. Davis, Holbein, and Kempton out wide to the left. A tight end is Preston Scott. He's set left. on an empty set here for Everett Pollard. 4-man rush for St. X. Pollard, great protection, throws it out near side, caught by Holbein above his head. A two-hand glove catch. He puts that shoulder down and steps right on through past the 40, down to the 38-yard line. A 10-yard gain on second and 4. It's a 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Fans, that's enough for our first. Taylor.
So 1st and 10, making an 11-yard pickup by the old buddies Pollard and Holbein. He's out wide to the right, tight end left, 3 wide with Crisp back in there for TU. 1st and 10 from the St. X 38, first drive of the game for Taylor, no score. High snap, Pollard will give it off to Crisp, out around the left guard, 35-30, outside the numbers, tripped up before he got inside the 30-yard line. Great opening carry as Tiante McDaniel held on for dear life as Crisp drug him down inside the 30. He'll be close to another first down. Looks like a pickup of 9 on 1st and 10.
Second down and 1.
So a 9-yard carry for Crisp as Taylor attacks things offensively here. First drive of the game. 2nd and 1 from the St. X 29-yard line. Kempton, a single wide receiver to the left. Nickel formation here. Pollard fakes the handoff, protection breaks down. He'll be wrapped up and spun down back to the 40. Wrapped up by Jaleel Holloway. And there's the first sack for the best team in that category in the MSFA. It'll be a 3rd and long for Taylor back near the original line of scrimmage.
Holloway. Loss of 9 on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
So it's 3rd and 10 as Pollard gets sacked for a loss of 9. 3rd down pickups are what plagued Taylor when they were on this field last when they took on Butler a couple of weeks ago. 3rd and 10 from the St. X 38, near hash mark snap, 4 wide for Pollard. St. X rushes 4, Pollard rolls to his right, protection for Days, looking back now, rolls back to the near side again, gets a nice block, and now he might be able to pick up. He wants to throw, looking to the end zone, he's got Davis right there, he hauls it in for a 38-yard touchdown! Great job by Pollard to use those legs, and then Davis got behind the defense, and Taylor strikes first on a 38-yard touchdown catch from Pollard to Davis with 11:43 to go here in the first quarter. Pollard used those legs, and then Davis pulls in his 2nd touchdown of the season, and Gunderson will come on to add the extra point. Five-play drive that takes 55 yards. Gunderson out of the hold of Saltzgaber. Puts it up with that right foot. And the Coconut Creek, Florida native gives Taylor a 7-0 lead here with 11:43 to go in our opening quarter. Great job there by the Trojans. Pollard 3 for 3 on that opening drive on the march down the field. After Taylor forces a 3 and out. Against St. X on their first drive of the game. Taylor marches right down 5 plays. They were able to fight back from that unsportsmanlike penalty after Tyler Gehrig had returned the punt all the way to the 40 of St. X. And then that sack forced him back to 3rd and 10. But the Taylor offense doesn't bat an eye. And they lead 7-0 over a team that they have struggled to beat in their history. Davis and McShane and another returner are back deep. McShane's on the far side of the field. They will kick it to the man on the near side. He takes it to 10, a glove snag, 15-20, angling to the near sideline, 25, he's stopped there. Tyler, Watson, and Jordan Jackson swallow him up. On the return was number 28, Dylan Lachewski, one of the wide receivers for St. X. And good kick coverage there for TU. And here comes the St. X offense for the 2nd time tonight. They're down 7-0 after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Jordan Jackson.
1st and 10 for St. X from their own 28-yard line. 1 yard worse than their initial starting position. Eric Williams Jr. is the running back again to start with Hunneford on the second possession. Claps those hands and gets it. Hunneford drops straight back. Pressure comes weak side. Will dump to Williams. Fumbled it. And that allowed TJ Swore to get up and wrap him up and drop him around the shoulders outside the numbers far sideline. First stop of the evening for TJ Swore. A loss of 1. Move it back to the 27 on the swing pass to the far side. So actually give it no gain. First completion of the evening for Hunneford. He'll drop back to pass again. Taylor rushes for all day to throw. He's got a man near sideline and throws it, and then it goes through the hands of Jair Myrick, the sophomore wide receiver who has had 9 catches in the last 2 games. But Swore got us on his shoulder. It's an incomplete pass as Hunneford starts 3 for 4 tonight through the air, and it's a 3rd and 10 here for St. X from their own 28. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Left hash mark snap. Taylor looks to be bringing pressure. They might be rushing 3. They've got 3 down linemen. Brady Hill sticks his nose in there. Bronkema on the far side of the formation. St. X 0 for 1 on 3rd downs tonight. Williams will move to the near side. A screen right up the middle, caught by Harold Davis up the seam, spinning away from trouble. He'll be run into, reaching out across, gets that ball out to the 40-yard line, and that should be good enough for a first down.
Pass is complete to Davis.
Here for St. X out to the 40.
It's enough for a St. X first down.
A gain of 12 on the first down pickup, or first 3rd down conversion tonight here for St. X. Got 12 on that 3rd down and 10. Hunneford drops straight back. Quick pass, snagged out of the air by the gloved hands of Chris Simmons. He spins away out to the 50 before being wrapped up by Kazmarek and Jackson Bronkema. Back-to-back completions here for Simmons. He's now 3 for 6 through the air.
Midfield, bring up 2nd down and 1.
So Simmons' first catch tonight. Here's a quick snap. Delayed handoff now. Hunneford's going to have to run it himself. He'll get the first down as Bronkema wraps him up around the legs. It was supposed to be a handoff to Eric Williams Jr. But then Hunneford kept it himself and ran right up to the near side hash marks as St. X goes to the hurry up as Taylor tries to bring new players onto the field. 1st and 10 for St. X from the TU 48-yard line. They go from left to right, trailing by 7 on their second possession. A screener off the middle, and it's dropped by Harold Davis.
Hunneford's pass is incomplete.
So now Taylor can catch their breath as St. X going to the hurry up.
Will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here for St. X. Hunneford 3 for 7 through the air for 21 yards. Left hash mark snap. Hunneford might be changing the play. Now looks like he's playing air guitar as he looks to his wide receivers, 2 to either side. Taylor rushes 6. They bring a blitz to the middle. Hill blocked late. Throw the ball up. Jump ball left side and going up and over Bronkema for the catch. On the left side of the field is Harold Davis, their leading receiver. He gets down inside the TU red zone. A big hookup on that pass play up the far sideline all the way down to the TU 18.
Down to the 18-yard line.
A 30-yard pitch and catch for Harold Davis on his 2nd catch of the evening. And St. X goes to the hurry up. 1st and 10 inside the TU red zone. Screen left side. Davis with his 3rd catch. Warner and Kazmarek will stop him inside the TU 15 down to the 14. And St. X rolling here after going 3 and out on their first drive. Back-to-back completions here for Hunneford.
After a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
It'll be 2nd and 6 from the TU 14 after a gain of 4. Williams still the back with Hunneford, dropping straight back now. He'll be chased by Swore from behind. Hunneford running outside the numbers 10 at the 5, still on his feet, and he's in the end zone, into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown run. And now St. X a point away from tying our game at 7.
For the Saint Xavier touchdown.
So a 14-yard run for Hunneford, the backup QB, making his first start of the season. And St. X is a point away from tying this one up. Mike Itterbay out of the hold of the quarterback, Hunneford. And his right foot into it. A high kick that catches the top of the net, and it's through for the extra point. We are tied at 7 on the first touchdown of the night here for St. X, and we're tied at 7 with 9 minutes remaining here in our opening quarter. Itterbay's got the ball teed up. Grant Gehrig, one of the deep men for TU. And they're going to send Burdine all the way back into the purple-colored end zone. That one is deep. And Taylor will start the ball 1st and 10 from their 25. Ball game tied at 7. 9 minutes in here to this first quarter.
For a touchback.
Second drive of the game for Taylor. It'll start on the near side hash mark at the 25. Pollard 3 for 3 on that opening drive, including the 38-yard touchdown pass to Ben Davis. He's found 3 different receivers here tonight so far. Pistol formation. Chris will get the ball on the belly near side. Around the left tackle. On his feet, 30, tiptoeing the near sideline. Tried to get down to the 35. They'll say he stepped out at the 31. A gain of 6 for Spencer Chris, his second carry. And now Taylor looks to go to the hurry up here.
1-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play.
Second carry for Chris.
Down and 4.
2nd and 4 for TU. They've had 1 third down try. That was on the 38-yard touchdown pass to Ben Davis. Taylor from right to left and white. 8:37 and counting. Ball game tied at 7 here in the first quarter. 2nd and 4 for Taylor from their own 31. Shotgun snap to Pollard. He'll fake the handoff. He'll be wrapped up around the waist and dropped in the backfield. First one to get to him was Xavier Nash, and then Peyton Campbell finished the play off. A loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down for Taylor back to their own 29, a loss of 2. So Taylor tried to run the zone read there, did not work. And Taylor tried to pick up the 3rd down here as they have the ball 3rd down from their own 29. A near hash mark snap, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Preston Scott is a tight end on the left of the formation. 4 down linemen for St. Xavier. They have 4 defensive backs. They bring pressure. Pollard rolling off his spot, has to pin away from trouble, and he'll be wrapped up and dropped inside the 20 for another sack. The first one to get him was Josh Hediger, the sophomore linebacker, and TU will be forced to punt here on their second possession of the game after allowing their second sack of the game. That doubles their season total that they came into the game with.
Josh Hediger makes the stop. We'll bring up 4th down.
A loss of 10. And Gunderson comes on the punt for the first time tonight. Cannot see the number of the punt return. I believe it's Jair Myrick or Harold Davis. Gunderson, a high right-footed kick. It will be Davis. He takes it at his own 39-yard line. Up the near side, hash marks. He'll be wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. First one to get to him was number 23, Josh Saltzgaber, and Dalton Lowry got in there as well.
Man on the Gunderson punt. Brought down after a short return.
A punt of 41 yards for Gunderson on his first boot of the night. And it's going to be 1st down and 10
in on the stop.
Here for St. Xavier.
Watson.
First and 10 for St. X from their own 47. They run the end around left side, and it's still on his feet to the 45, down to the 40. Taking that one and scampering was Nagy Harris for St. X, and they get a big chunk play on 1st down. It's a 1st down into Taylor territory, and St. X goes to the hurry-up offense. They've got it 1st and 10 from the Taylor 38. Hunniford in the gun, throws left side, caught inside the numbers. Good move, and then tripped up by Tyler Watson. Making the catch was Jacob Ludeman for St. X, his first catch of the night.
Hunniford's pass is complete. Number 83, Jacob Ludeman.
And again, St. X goes to the hurry-up. They've got it 2nd and 2 from the Taylor 30. Left hash mark snap. Taylor rushes 5. Williams the give on the inside, squirts on through on his feet, tripped up and leaps out to the 20-yard line. Touchdown by Matt Wynn. But it's a 1st down on a gain.
Takes it down inside the Taylor 20-yard line.
On a nice gain for Williams. St. X going to this very, very fast offense. They've got it at the red zone again, 1st and 20. Trying to score their 3rd drive of the game and take their first lead of the night. They're tied at 7. Hunniford screen pass to Williams, wide open 20 outside the numbers. Runs into Watson, carries him for a couple more yards. Taken down at the Taylor 16-yard line. A gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6.
The 32, Eric Williams, the receiver. 6 on the play, down to the 14-yard line, 2nd and 4.
Henneford a man in motion. Same man he gave the end around to last time. Baker trying to rustle him down. It's Nagy Harris again. Harris tackled inside the Taylor 10, down to the 9, a gain of 5. It's 1st and goal here for St. X.
Williams, the ball carrier, takes it down inside the 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
So it's 82 again on the end around. Nagy Harris, he's a slot receiver to the right. Elliott Pipkin is wide to the right. And 2 men with Harold Davis a slot to the left. It's still Eric Williams Jr., the running back. Hunneford claps those hands, sets his feet, rolling out to the near side, being chased. Hunneford outside the hash marks. He'll tuck in and run outside the numbers 5, trying to get to the pylon. He's shoved out of bounds just shy of the pylon at the 2. A gain of 7 on 1st and goal. Rob Murray pushed him out of bounds at the 2.
Pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
So another carry for Hunneford. His 3rd carry of the night, takes it down to the 2 on a gain of 7. Right hash mark snap. Hunneford walks him to the offensive line, which returns 3 of the 5 starters from a year ago. He moves Williams to his right, 3 wide receivers left. 1 to the right, that's Pipkin. Fake the handoff, throw to the right side, and coming back and Wynn had to go off of his back as he was defending number 28, Dylan Lachewski, on the far side of the field. And it's 3rd and goal here for St. X. This quick pass, quick strike offense really cooking right now as they try to go and get their first lead here of the evening. 4:48 to go first quarter, game tied at 7. 3rd possession of the night for Saint Xavier. St. X 1 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. Goal to go from the 2. Harris move in motion, throw inside and knocked away. Good play by Kazmarek to deflect the pass away, and it's now 4th and goal to go as Kazmarek gets his first pass defended of the night. He knocked that one away from Elliott Pipkin.
Kazmarek on the breakup for the Trojans.
4th and goal, we'll see, and St. X wants to go for it. A dominant passing team. Let's see if they want to change it up here. 4th and goal from the Taylor 2, ball game tied at 7. 4:47 to go in the first. Right hash mark snap. Hunneford will throw. Looking to the near side and diving and making the catch for the touchdown. For St. X is number 13, Elliott Pipkin. That's his 4th. Now it's his 4th game in a row with a touchdown catch.
Complete to number 13, Elliott Pipkin, for the Cougar touchdown.
So a 2-yard catch on the 8th completion of the night here for St. X, and Pipkin gets his first catch. It's a 2-yard touchdown. And Iterbay on to try the extra point. High snap, Hunneford holds it down, and Iterbay knocks it up and through. So after going 3 and out on their opening possession, St. Xavier marches down the field on their next 2, and they've taken a 14-7 lead here with 4:45 to go in the first quarter here on the Trojan Sports Network. Trey Burdine and Grant Gehrig are the 2 men deep for Taylor. This will be the 3rd possession of the night for TU. They trail for the first time tonight, down 14-7 after the goal to go from the 2 on 4th down. Hunneford finds Pipkins for the TD. Burdine will come in. He'll take it at his own 1, running up the middle of the field. 15, 20, 25. Cannot step out of a knee-high tackle on the coverage by Joey Markusovic. And that's where Taylor will start, 1st and 10, trying to tie our game at 14 with 4:38 to go in the first.
Near the 24-yard line.
So we'll call it the 24. After starting at their own 45, the Trojans have started at the 25 after a touchback. And now at their own 24. Empty set for Pollard. Taylor from right to left and white. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 4-man front for St. X. They have 5 in the nickel. Pollard will fake the pass and run right up the middle and run into a wall of red. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Getting the stop on the play was Xavier Nash, one of the top tacklers for St. X. No gain for Pollard on his 4th rush of the night. 2nd and 10 from the 24.
No gain. Xavier Nash on the stop. They bring up second down.
Drew Lefevre and Preston Scott come in. Craig Faulkner and Ben Davis, 2 of the Taylor wideouts, will exit. Taylor has rushed for negative yardage here so far. Crisp, 2 carries for 15. Pollard, 4 for negative 21. High snap, inside give Lefevre, and he is swallowed right up back at the line of scrimmage. First one to hit him was Dmitry Milutinovic. And it's a 3rd and long for Taylor. 3rd and 10 from the 24. So the Trojans have gone run on the first 2 plays of this drive and have not been able to get anything going. Boys is a receiver wide to the right. He'll now come in and be bunched with Holbein and Preston Scott on the right side of the formation. Kempt is wide to the left. Taylor 1 for 2 on 3rd downs tonight as Lefevre moves to the right side of Pollard. A near hash mark snap. Unpressure comes. Pollard is hit from behind. He breaks out of a sack and rolls to the near side, throwing on the run. Caught by Boyd. Shoulders his way down to the 30. It's going to be short of the first down, but great escapability there by Pollard. A man came free on the near side. That was Tim Beatty who came unblocked. And we talked about how St. X came in first, or the most sacks in the MSFA. They've already gotten to Pollard twice tonight. And it's a 3-and-out for Taylor on their 3rd drive of the game. Harold Davis is back deep for St. X. Taylor now 1 for 3 on 3rd downs tonight. Gunderson's 2nd punt. His first one was for 41 yards. His 2nd one is a good one. A high, spiraling one. This will check up inside the 40. We'll take a Taylor bounce momentarily, and will be downed at the 35-yard line. 35-yard punt on the 2nd one of the night for Austin Gunderson. 2:27 to go here in the 1st quarter. St. X will get the ball back, leading 14-7. So actually call it the 36-yard line for St. X. And Hunneford, who is making his first start of the season, has done splendid here tonight. A new running back in the backfield will be Vance McShane, excuse me. He was listed as the starter, had returned an opening, was back for the opening kickoff. This is his first time in the backfield. A throw across the middle, wide open is Davis. 1st down and more, tackled at the 20s, at the 50-yard line by Joe Huff of TU. But another catch for the leading wide receiver. And a 14-yard pickup for Davis on his 4th catch of the night. He's already at 60 yards through the air. Hunneford, middle of the field snap, delayed handoff to McShane. Steps through 2 tackles, still on his feet at the Taylor 45. Still keeps driving down to the 47 or 46 of TU. But a big gain on 1st and 10. Therefore, McShane.
The 43-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. Check that 2nd and 3.
So 2nd and 3 on the 7-yard pickup on McShane's first run of the night. And St. X has gone to this hurry-up offense and has not allowed Taylor to get fresh bodies out there defensive line-wise. Hunneford chased off his spot by Hasbrook, still running him down from behind. Platt pass complete to the far sideline, and Jair Myrick. No, make that Chris Simmons, excuse me. So Simmons gets the reception, his 2nd one of the night. But it's good enough for the 1st down to the TU 40.
Hunneford's pass complete to number 6, Chris Simmons.
And a gain of 3. Got
Down
just
to the
enough.
40-yard line, it's enough for a Taylor 1st down.
Got just enough for the St. X 1st down. Cougars move from left to right, up 14-7. 90 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Hunneford comes up to the line. He'll move McShane to his right. Taylor with 3 down linemen. And McShane gets the inside handoff. He runs right into a bear hug and is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Jake Arnold hit him hard and wrapped him up for a short gain of 2 to the Taylor 38.
Brought down by Jake Arnold.
2nd carry for McShane. Under a minute to go, 1st quarter. 4th drive for St. X of the opening quarter. They've scored on their last 2. McShane right up the middle. Humongous hole already down to the 30. Runs through more tacklers. Jordan Jackson chases him down from behind, but a huge gain from the Taylor 38 all the way down to the 22, a gain of 16. McShane's biggest run of the night, and it's 1st and 10 for St. X, leading by 7 with 40 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 from the Taylor 22. It's all runs here. McShane around the left side. A hold will be thrown from the backside, as being called for the hold on the play should be the backup right guard, Tommy Farley.
McShane is the ball carrier. Takes it down inside the 15-yard line.
This penalty will move it back
flag on the play,
as McShane tried to bounce it around the left end.
Holding. Offense. Number 70. 10 yards. Replay. 1st down.
First penalty of the night against St. X. And it'll move him back to the Taylor 32. Make it the 31, excuse me. Hunterford left side hash mark snap. St. X in red, the Trojans jump, and a free play here for St. X. Deep ball left side, coming back to the ball, and there will not be a flag in the end zone as Kazmarek got his hand caught up on the helmet on the far side of the field with that wide receiver. It's number 6, Chris Simmons. But again, Taylor was in the neutral zone for the second time tonight. It'll be the 3rd penalty against the Trojans.
Defense. Number 91. 5-yard penalty.
So Brad Boswell looks like we just lost our crowd mic. We'll try to figure that out in between quarters. So Boswell has called for the offside. It's 1st and 14 now for St. X. Left hash marks out from the 26, going to the end zone. It's Simmons again. He tries to go up and over. Kazmarek gets tapped, and Simmons comes down with it as he was fighting with Kazmarek on the left side of the end zone. It's a touchdown for St. X, and they go up 20-7 here with 14 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. So after going 3 and out on their opening drive, St. X scores on the last 4 drives of the opening quarter. And Iterbay comes on out of the hold of Hunterford. Flag is thrown. The extra point is good. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty is on the far side of the field. 27 yards on that touchdown to Hunterford, from Hunterford to Simmons. And it's offsides against Taylor. That will be declined. And with 14 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, St. X leads Taylor 21-7. So another touchdown pass here for Hunterford. First one of the night for Simmons on his 3rd catch. It's for 27 yards. Hunterford 11 of 17 through the air. He also has the 1 rushing touchdown, 3 carries for 24 yards. And with 14 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, Iterbay will tee this one up and kick it deep. Burdine and Grant Gehrig are the ones deep for the Trojans. Taylor scored on their opening drive. They have been held scoreless since and now trail by 14. Burdine backpedals. Good kickoff from Iterbay. And Burdine's going to take this one out 5 yards deep in the end zone. Angling near side, trying to run away from a tackle. He's hauled down from behind and is stopped at the 15-yard line. The first one to get to Burdine was Tim Beatty, another tackle for Beatty on special teams. And with 6 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1, Taylor will run one play, down 21-7 here in the opening quarter. First and 10 for Taylor from their own 16. Pollard 4 for 4 through the air so far. But his biggest throw was that 38-yard touchdown to Davis. Since then, the Taylor offense has been stuck in the mud. near hash mark snap, 0-16. Pollard wanted the quick throw. It's denullified, and it's thrown low. First incompletion as Falconer was the intended target. And Omar Salazar was the one who broke up that play on the far side. Only took 3 seconds off the clock. And so Pollard will run it 2nd and 10 for Taylor from their own 16. Pollard on the near side, hash mark. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lefevre, the deep man with him. He gets the give, bouncing around the right end. He's wrestled around the shoulder, stays on his feet, and then uses those legs to power forward for a couple more yards. He picked up 4 on 2nd and 10, and that will be the last play here of the opening quarter. So after St. X went 3 down on their opening drive, Taylor scored on their first drive. The Cougars of Saint Xavier have scored on their last 3, and they lead 21-7 after our first quarter of play. We're back with more right after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network. All right, we got our mic back, and that's good. Taylor hoping for a 3rd down conversion here. They've struggled on 3rd down after getting that 38-yard touchdown that Pollard was able to move with his feet. They're 0 for 2 on their last 3rd down tries. It's 3rd and 4 for Taylor from their own 22. They go from left to right, first play here of the second quarter. Taylor trailing St. Xavier 21-7. Pollard dropping back, protection comes, smacked down at the line by the big right hand of Dimitri Joe as he blocked that pass to the line of scrimmage. Taylor now 0 for 3 on their last 3rd down tries. And it will be another punt here for Austin Gunderson.
Pressure on the play brought by number 17, Omar Salazar. That will bring up 4th down.
Salazar had pressure as well. And here comes Gunderson for his 3rd punt of the night. Harold Davis again deep for St. Xavier. They lead 21-7. They've scored 21 unanswered points after falling behind 7-0. Good protection, and then Gunderson gets run into. Still got the punt off and lands at the St. X 49-yard line. Will continue to bounce. What a job by Gunderson, as this one will roll close to the St. X 25. We'll call it the 26. But Gunderson got ran into, but still got off a 52-yard punt.
There's a flag on the play.
So 2 men ran into Gunderson. We'll see what the call is. It's 4th and 4 for Taylor.
Roughing the kicker, number 38, receiving team. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
So not 15-yard roughing the kicker. Tim Beatty, who had made that big kickoff tackle on the coverage on this that started this drive off when Burdine wanted to run it from the end zone. And a 15-yard penalty against St. Xavier reignites the drive here for the Trojans. They go from left to right. Just underway here in the second quarter. Still a great job by Gunderson after getting just absolutely trucked. Still got off a 52-yard punt. So move it up to the Taylor 35-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Pollard in the pistol. 3 wide receivers. St. X rushes for. They run the reverse with Gehrig left side. Gehrig, this is Grant Gehrig. He'll be upended right back at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Grant Gehrig is the ball carrier for
so
the
Gehrig came on the reverse, splitting Lefevre, the running back, and Pollard, the quarterback.
Josh Hediger on the stop.
As Hediger was in on the stop. 2nd and 10 for TU. Trojans 1 for 4 on 3rd downs tonight. Just 3 first downs in total for TU, 11 for St. X. Taylor has rushed for negative or 0 yardage. They have just 61 yards of total offense. St. X 115 in that first quarter. 2nd and 10, left hash mark snap. Lefevre blows through the near side all the way to the 40. He runs through tacklers and barrels his way for a first down. Down to the 45-yard line as Lefevre just ran through red jersey defenders on his way to a first down, a 10-yard pickup for 38 in white. He's a member of the track and field team, but he's a thrower. Throws the discus, throws the shot put. But new track coach Rod Waters might want to put Lefevre in some of those running events when the spring rolls around. 4 wide for Pollard. He'll call his own number, sachet up the middle. He'll move that pile into St. X territory. Down to the Cougar 49, a gain of 6 at 2nd and 4 on Taylor's best drive in a long while.
Pollard is the ball carrier for the Trojans, takes it into Cougar territory to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. We'll bring up
first positive yardage that Pollard has gained on the ground tonight. And the Trojan offense moving 2 minutes into this second quarter, down 21-7, trying to stop the 21 unanswered here by St. X. Pollard in the pistol, handoff to Lefevre over the right end, outside the 50. He's upended after a short gain. Coming up from one of those defensive back spots was Kevin Block, the cornerback. He stops Lefevre short. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 for Taylor from the St. X 48 after a gain of 1.
Bring up 3rd down and 3.
Taylor just 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. 0 for 1 on this drive, but after the roughing the kicker on the Gunderson punt, which he booted for 52 yards, the drive is restarted. 3rd and 3 from the St. X 48-yard line. Snap will come from the near hash. Pollard might be changing the play. He has Lefevre to his left. A wide out to either side. Protection comes weak side. He floats near side. Boy rustling deep, and he reaches out and couldn't haul it in. Good defense by Kevin Block to make life difficult for Boy. A floating throw from Pollard, and now Taylor has a decision to make.
We'll bring up 4th down.
4th and 3 from the St. X 48-yard line, and Gunderson in the punt unit will come on for TU. You can hear the St. X sideline across from us screaming to not jump. So we'll see if Gunderson can bring out his pitching wedge here after driving a 52-yard punt on the last one. Did not count, obviously, because of the roughing the kicker. Better protection this time, and Gunderson skies one. Waving forward his block, inside his 10, and he'll make the catch at around his 7 or 8-yard line. We'll call the 41-yard punt for Gunderson. So call the 7, 1st and 10 for St. X on their first drive upcoming here of this second quarter. They lead 21-7 with 12:06 to go before halftime. So Taylor has Hunneford and St. X pinned back. Claps his hands, fakes the handoff to McShane, throws right side and took his eyes off of it, and it's dropped by the slot receiver on the right side. That's Nagy Harris, who's had a couple nice runs tonight for the St. X offense.
Hunneford's pass is incomplete.
And it's dropped on the far side of the field by Hunneford.
Harris was the intended receiver. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Harris still has yet to get a reception tonight. Does have a couple nice runs. 2nd and 10 for St. X from their own 7. McShane back there with Hunneford. Quick pass on the in route. Pickett gets it, steps through the tackle of one man, and then he's cleaned up by Brady Hill and Jackson Bronkema out to the 15. Down on a knee for Taylor is Colin Schwartz. Good to see him back in the lineup here today for TU. So a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the TU 15. Hunneford 123 yards through the air, 12 for 19. St. X just 1 for 3 on 3rd downs tonight. It's a 3rd and 3, near side hash snap. Hunneford throws it opposites at field, caught, and there is Nagy Harris for his first catch outside the numbers, outside the 20, down to the Taylor or to the St. X 23. A gain of 9 on 3rd and 3. It'll be a fresh set of downs for St. X. First catch for Harris tonight to go along with those 2 runs. Hunneford keeps McShane back in with him. 2 wide receivers to either side. Hunneford comes up to the line, signals something near his mouth, might be changing the play. 1:15 to go, second quarter. St. X up by 14. Quick throw right side, complete again outside the numbers. Bronkema and Gehrig out there with the quick stop. Pass complete to Chris Simmons in front of his own sideline out to the 29. A gain of 6 on, it'll be second down and 4.
Out to the 29-yard line.
4th catch for Harris. And again, St. X hurries to the line of scrimmage. Claps those hands as Hunneford now twice and gets it. Inside give McShane. He'll maneuver his way through, runs into Ron Murray and a whole host of white shirts, and they push him back for no gain, and it'll be a 3rd and 4 here for St. X. They try to pick up their second third down conversion on this drive. They have 12 first downs already here in this first half. 3rd and 3 from the 30.
Gain on the play by Ron Murray. Bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 3 from the 30. St. X has scored on the last 3 drives. They lead 21-7, going from right to left in red. 10 minutes to go, second quarter. Pipkin in motion from the near side. Hunneford rolling this way. Pressure comes from behind, being chased from behind. He'll slip on through. He'll be tackled by Swore, but not before Hunneford picks up the first down across the 35 down to the 37. A gain of 7 on 3rd and 3.
For the first down. Front down on the play by TJ Swore.
So Hunneford hurting Taylor with his legs here tonight. And a fresh set of downs for St. X. They pick up their second first down on this drive and their second third down conversion as well. McShane will move to Hunneford's right. Near hash snap, Taylor rushes 4. Great protection. Hunneford all day to throw, complete on the right seam, and wrapping him around the waist is Sam Bolin for 2. That's Chris Simmons with another catch, his second one of this drive. No, excuse me, make that Najee Harris again. His second catch on this drive. It's out to the St. X 47. Another 9-yard catch for Harris, his second one of the night for 18 yards. A right hash mark snap. Taylor shows pressure from Hunneford's right. Claps his hands now, walks up and takes a knee just behind the offensive line of St. X to signal something to his wide receivers. 2 to either side. Hunneford looking near side, throws a bullet out, and it's caught by Pipkin at the Taylor 45. Watson wraps him around the waist. Forward progress, call him down at the Taylor 45-yard line. A gain of 8, 1st and 10 here for St. X.
Enough for a Cougar first down.
3rd catch of the night for Pipkin. Hunneford now 16 for 23 through the air. 1st and 10 for St. X from the Taylor 45. 8:48 and counting in the first half. And again, Hunneford drops down to a right knee, brings his hands to his mouth, now puts his mouthpiece back in with his right and wipes off both fingertips on the towel around his waist. Claps his hands, he'll air it out to the right sideline and caught over the shoulder into the red zone inside the Taylor 10. It's his top target, Harold Davis, for another big hook up here. Longest play for scrimmage tonight for the St. X offense, and they're threatening to score for their 4th straight drive. It's 1st and goal down to the Taylor 47.
Matt Wynn on the play.
So the 5th catch of the night for Davis. It's his longest one. 1st and goal from the 7. Hunneford, quick throw right side. Complete to Simmons, slips through a tackle to the goal line. He dives, and he is in for the St. X touchdown. So Simmons on that far side of the field. Simmons, his first touchdown tonight. He had that 27-yard grab earlier. His second touchdown tonight on his 5th catch. And Iterbay back out for another extra point to make it a 28-7 St. X lead. (28) unanswered points here for the St. X offense after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Iterbay's field goal is up and good. And with 8:18 remaining here in this first half, it is all St. X right now. They lead the Trojans 28-7 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Trey Burdine and Grant Gehrig are the men deep for TU. No Holden Hodge here tonight for the Trojans, one of their top wide receivers and also one of their kick returners as well. 28 unanswered points for Saint Xavier as they try to get back to 500. They come in 2-3 after a loss to number 1 St. X last week. And Iterbay will drive it deep with the right foot. Shorter kick this time. Burdine takes it to the 7, drops it, kicks it forward. Gehrig will have to pick it up, get it at the 15 before the first man down there could try to pounce on it. It was Jarvis Carter who is right on top of Grant Gehrig. That's back-to-back miscues on kick returns by Burdine. He fumbles this one. He took the most recent kickoff before that one. He took it about 5 yards deep. So Taylor gets over, takes over 1st and 10 from the 15, desperately needing points, trailing 28-7 with 8:11 to go here before halftime. The good news for Taylor is that they will get the ball to start the second half after winning the coin toss and deferring. Empty set for Everett Pollard. 4 wide receivers, 3 left, 1 right, and Preston Scott is a tight end to the left. 6 men at the line. St. X rushes 6, a quick throw. Incomplete to Daniel Boy on the near side. That is now 4 straight incompletions for Everett Pollard after he completed his first 4 passes of the night for 61 yards.
Number 81, Daniel Boy, the intended target, will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Just 3 men have caught passes tonight. Davis with a 38-yard touchdown. Boy, 2 catches for 12. And Holbein, 1 catch for 11. 2nd and 10 for TU from their own 15. They go from left to right on the artificial surface. Pistol formation, chest high snap to Pollard. Quick pass across the middle, caught by Holbein up to the 20. Taken down just shy of the 25-yard line. Tackled at the 23.
To number 10, Grant Holbein.
Hediger and Johnson in on the stop for St. X. And it's a 3rd and 2 for Taylor from their own 23.
Will bring up 3rd down and 2.
Second catch for Holbein as he came on the crossing route over the middle. 3rd and 2. Crisp around the right edge, trying to get a block. He's actually looks like he might. Nope, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 2. Taylor now 1 for 6 on 3rd downs tonight. Their only 3rd down conversion was on that 38-yard touchdown pass as Pollard rolled to his right, then came back to his left and heaved one to the goal line where Ben Davis was and hauled it in for the TD. But since then, the Taylor offense has been stuck in the mud. They've now been unable to convert on 5 straight 3rd downs. And it's the 4th punt of the night here for Austin Gunderson. He'll drive this one. Fair catch called and made by Block at his own 47.
Gunderson's punt is
A punt of 29 yards for Gunderson.
At the Cougar
So Taylor has
47-yard
now
line.
had to punt on their last 4 drives. It's been the complete opposite for both teams. St. X had to punt on their first drive, and they've scored on the last 4. Taylor scored on their first drive, and they have been forced to punt on the most recent 4. St. X takes over 1st and 10 from their own 47. Hunneford making his first start of the season, replacing the injured Alex Martinez. Williams back out there for the first time in a while, gets the carry here. Bouncing off to his right, wrapped around the waist by Ra Murray. Sam Bartu in there as well. Hasbrook will come in late and push him back. No gain for Williams.
Williams is the ball carrier. Stop for no gain. Ra Murray in on the stop for the Trojans.
5th carry of the night for Williams, his first one in a long while. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Offsides again called against Taylor. Free play for Hunneford. Airing it out deep down the right sideline. Gehrig trying to go up and knock it away. It's incomplete. But this play will be a positive yardage here for St. X as Taylor jumps off sides for the 3rd time that it'll be taken, 4th time overall tonight.
There's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense. Number 93. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 1st down.
Paolo Faleme with the offside call. Or whistled for offside, I should say. It'll be 5 yards, moves the ball to the Taylor side of the field. And to the Trojan 48. 2nd and 5 for St. X. They have scored on their last 4 drives and lead Taylor 28-7 with 6:23 to go before halftime. Hunneford claps his hand twice and gets the snap on the second one. Screen pass to Williams. Out to the near side, 50 to the 45. Upended by Jeff Kazmarek and TJ Swore as Williams took it outside the numbers, got down to the 45. A gain of 3 on the swing pass. And it's a 3rd and short, 2 yards, a 3rd and 2 from the Taylor 45 for St. X. They're 3 for 5 on 3rd downs tonight. Snap comes, flags are thrown. Taylor jumped, but were they drawn offside? We'll see. Taylor hoping for a false start. We'll hear from James Little, our head official. That's going to be against Taylor. They march it down to the 40, offside again.
Offside. Defense, number 22, made contact with the center. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So Bostic, the guilty party, for making contact with center Anthony Sorrow of St. X. 1st and 10 from the Taylor 40. 4 wide, Hunniford claps, gets the snap, rolls out to the near side. Still looking outside the numbers, will tuck, and Brady Hill will force him out of bounds at the 36, a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Hunniford flushed out of the pocket, picks up about 4 on the scramble. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
5th run of the night for Hunniford. He has 36 yards, including the touchdown. A 7-yard scamper on his 3rd carry of the night. 2nd and 6 for St. X. They lead by 21. 5:40 to go, 2nd quarter. Hunniford all day to the throw. Then Rob Murray gets back. Hunniford spins away. Then he falls down. And Hasbrook is right there. Hunniford falls back at the 40. A loss of 9. It'll be 3rd and long here for St. X, back to the 45.
Tyler Hasbrook, and on the sack for the Trojans, will bring up 3rd down.
First sack of the night for Taylor. 40 or 15 yards is what St. X needs. They need to get down to the Taylor 30. Almost 5 to go before halftime. St. X has scored on 4 straight drives. Hunniford gets the play from the sideline, talks it over with the offensive line. He'll move Williams Jr. to his left. 3 to the right, Pipkin the 1 to the left. Hunniford drops back under pressure, throws in a tight window, throws and it's dropped on the right seam. Went right through the hands of Chris Simmons. Diving in front was Jacob Ludeman.
Ball's incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And St. X now 3 for 6 on 3rd downs tonight. It's 4th and 15 from the Taylor 15. Hunniford in there. They might quick kick it here, which is something St. X will do. Gehrig drops back, and now the punt unit comes on with Kyle Hassert here for St. X. The offensive line stays down as the reinforcements come in. Play clock down to 13. And now a flag is thrown. The hand was on the ball of Anthony Sorrow, the center. Then he and the rest of the offensive line got up to leave. A flag is thrown here against St. X. At least is what it looks like.
Saint Xavier.
Nope, timeout. So a timeout taken by St. Xavier, their first timeout. We'll pause momentarily. 4:53 to go, first half. 4th and 15 for St. X from the Taylor 45. They lead 28-7.
From diagnosing, repairing, and rehabbing injuries.
First punt of the night second punt of the night, for Kyle Hassert. 5'10" redshirt freshman from Bolingbrook, Illinois. The Gehrig brothers are back deep. 4th and 15 from the Taylor 45 for St. Xavier. They lead 28-7. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. This one high and short to the right side of the field. It'll bounce at the Taylor 30 and go towards the far sideline. Takes a Taylor bounce up to the 33. That's a punt of 12 yards for Hassert.
At the 33-yard line.
So Taylor gets it 1st and 10 from the 33. Down 28-7. They have not scored since the opening drive of the game for them. A 38-yard touchdown pass from Pollard to Ben Davis. Preston Scott moves from right to left. Crisp, the man in the back, with Pollard with 3 wideouts. They'll run the ball to Crisp, bouncing it out to the near side, trying to get away, and he will be wrapped up in an open field tackle. Beautifully done by Omar Salazar, one of the top defenders for St. X. He came in on the near side as Crisp tried to bounce it outside around the right end. It's a loss of 3 for Crisp. His first negative run of the night. Back to the Taylor 30. Near side hash mark snap. A triangle of receivers left side. Pollard fakes the handoff. Now climbs to the pocket. Out he'll run to the 30, 35. He'll be hit and spun down to the 37. A gain of 7. 2 men in on the stop there were Joey Markusovic, and Dimitri Joe, the 2 top linebackers for St. X. 3rd and 6 for Taylor from their own 37. Pollard just 5 for 9 through the air tonight for 69 yards. And that was his 6th rush to get him back. It's negative 8 yards a night. Quick snap out to Holbein. He had it and then knocked out of his hands. Broken up on the play on the near side by Brenton Johnson, the senior corner from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Taylor now just 1 for 7 on 3rd downs tonight. They're 0 for 6 on their last 6 3rd down tries. And here comes Gunderson on to attempt his 5th punt of the night. Harold Davis back deep to take this punt for St. X, and the Cougars almost blocked it. Davis calls for the fair catch. He'll make it in traffic at his own 33-yard line.
Harold Davis makes the fair catch on the
a 30-yard punt by Gunderson on his 5th one of the night. And the Taylor defense needs to put a 0 up on the board here for just the second, or would it be just the 3rd time tonight that they forced St. X to punt. They punt on their last drive. They had scored on 4 straight drives between their first one and their most recent one, and they take over 1st and 10 from their own 33. Hunneford in his first start of the season has been great. He'll bring a man in motion from right to left. We'll give it to Harris around the left edge. It's his 3rd carry of the night. He'll rumble down to the 40. Tackled by Kaz Merrick and Mark Baker for TU.
Najee Harris, the ball carrier.
So Najee Harris on the carry.
Out across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Will be his first carry for 9 yards.
Bring up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 on his first official carry of the night. 2 wide either side. Hunneford near hash snap, claps for it, gets it. Throws across the middle, caught by Davis into Taylor territory to the 40. Runs through 2 more tackles down to the 35 before Bronkema and Swore stop him at the Taylor 34. That play goes from the 42-yard line down to the 34. And now a Trojan player is down on the far sideline. Another first down for St. X, their 17th first down of this first half compared to just 2 for TU. Hunneford 20 for 28 through the air for 226 yards. And Davis just went over the century mark. He has 122 yards on the night. Still looking for his first time in the end zone, but he has a long catch of 38 on the evening. 1st and 10 for St. X from their Taylor 34. Hunneford comes in and crouches down. Makes a motion near his neck to his wide receivers. He'll move Williams to his right in the formation. Taylor rushes 4. They drop back in the nickel. Hunneford, good protection, throws out near side, overthrows Najee Harris, the intended target. Just the 9th incompletion by Hunneford tonight. And 2nd and 10 is Saint Xavier, which has gone to the hurry up the entire night. Will slow things down here as they get the play from the far sideline. (28-7), the St. X lead. 2:22 remaining here in this second quarter. Taylor will get the ball to start the third quarter. Quick throw right across the middle to Davis. Another catch. 20, 15. Runs into Matt Wynn. He'll drag him inside the 10. He'll take guys all the way down to the Taylor 5. Call it the 6. But a huge play there for Davis. Another big chunk play down to the Taylor 6. That's a gain of 28 yards. And it's goal to go for St. X from the Taylor 6-yard line as they threaten to go up by 28. Two wide receivers to either side. Hunneford walks up to the offensive line. Now turns back to the far sideline and gets the play call from the St. X coaching staff. Clock dips below 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Hunneford looking to the right, throws that way, lobbing to the back corner of the end zone, and cutting his route out short. Off short looked to be Harris. Warner was there defending. Goal to go here for St. X from the Taylor 6. .21 for 31 is Hunneford here in this first half for 254 yards. He has thrown for more yards than Taylor has gained completely here tonight. Faking the end around, give off to Williams. He'll scatter back his way on through up the right side hash marks. Gets down inside the 5. He'll say he got down to the 3. So it's goal to go here for St. X from the Taylor 3. St. X 3 for 6 on third down tries tonight. They have gone for it once on fourth down. They got a touchdown out of it.
That'll bring up third down and goal.
The Taylor fans come to life down below us. St. X from right to left. They might try to run this play clock, the game clock, all the way down inside a minute. Williams will move to Hunneford's left. 3 wide to the left, snap from the right side hash mark. Hunneford drops back, looks to the right, has a man open, and he finds Davis for the 3-yard touchdown. Davis got into the body of Tyler Gehrig, created that own space himself, and Simmons, calls in his 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Hunneford. It's his 4th. And with a minute and a second remaining in the opening half, it's 34-7 in favor of Saint Xavier. Iterbay has been perfect on extra point tries tonight. And that remains so as he knocks through his 5th try of the evening. With 61 seconds remaining here in this first half, I should say. It is 35 St. Xavier, 7 for Taylor. We'll pause momentarily before the kickoff. Tonight, Taylor has racked up just 22 yards on the ground, 69 yards through the air. So that's 91 yards total. St. X has rushed for 95 yards by themselves. Hunneford, 22 of 32 here in the first half. No picks, 4 scores, and 257 yards through the air. He's also rushed for a touchdown as well, a 7-yard keeper. Gehrig and Burdine are deep. Grant Gehrig near side. This one will bounce in the end zone and through the back. It'll be a touchback, and Taylor has 61 seconds here. All 3 timeouts, and it'll be 1st and 10 for TU from their own 25.
Iterbey's kick is a touchback.
Taylor has not scored since the opening drive for the Trojans of this contest. A 5-play drive that spanned 55 yards and was completed on that 3rd down scramble by Pollard to find Ben Davis for a 2nd touchdown reception of the season. Crisp is the man in the backfield with Pollard. Takes a snap and rolls to the near side, puts his foot in the ground, comes forward, throws on the run near side. That one low for Holbein. Pressure in the backfield, leading the way was Jaleel Holloway for Pollard. He helps Pollard back to his feet. Christian Lett also in there as well.
2nd and 10.
Everett now 5 for 11 throwing through the air. Clock stops with 56 seconds before halftime. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans from the 25 on their side of the field. They go from left to right in white with purple numbers and a purple Taylor across the front of those uniforms. Kempton, the wide man to the left side. Delayed blitz. Here it comes. Draw play to Crisp. Inside the numbers to the 30. Tackled from behind. Down at his own 34. A gain of 9.
Crisp, the Taylor ball carrier, takes it out.
Josh Hediger, the linebacker, tackles crisp from behind on a good draw play for TU, and it's 3rd and 1. Pollard up the seam. Holbein catches it across the 40. That'll be a first down for the Trojans. Their first one in a long while. The clock stops with 32 seconds remaining, and Taylor still with all 3 of their timeouts. 3 wide to the left. Clock runs at 27 seconds. Snap in the middle of the field. Pollard, great protection. Lobs it far side. He's got a man deep, but he overthrows Faulkner up the left seam.
Pollard's pass is incomplete. Faulkner was the intended target. It will be 2nd and 10.
So the clock stops with 22 seconds left. Taylor down 35-7 here in the first half. Snap will come from the middle of the field. Taylor going from left to right. St. X rushes through. They get great protection with that 3. Everett eludes him. He'll throw it to the near side. Double coverage against Boy, and he'll be picked off. First interception thrown by Taylor this year. It's Brenton Johnson bringing up the near sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds just shy of the St. X 30. Pollard was pressured as that one came from the weak side, from the blind side of Pollard. SXU just rushed 3. Pollard threw up a jump ball. He overthrew Boy, and Brenton Johnson leapt into the air, and he intercepts the first pass thrown by a Taylor quarterback here this season. St. X will take over with 10 seconds remaining here in this first half, and they'll move the ball back to their own 29. Hunneford and the Saint Xavier offense will take a knee. And that will be it for our first half of play. Taylor came out firing on all cylinders. They got a 3-and-out on the first drive of the game. Then they scored on their first time with the possession to go up 7-0. Then St. Xavier scored on 4 consecutive drives. They added 1 more touchdown before the end of the half, and they go into the break, leading Taylor 35-7. We'll pause and come back with a look at the halftime stats here on the Trojan Sports Network. This is Taylor Football.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke memory. You got to have the music that you listen to.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
When the lights go up and the game is guess you would never cross until a sneak attack from the weak side. Unaware that we were in a fight. I guess that's part of the problem. But guess what? When the bell rings out, this fight is on. Are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. It's time for us to stop throwing down. Just look and see who's standing now. It's time for us to stop throwing down. Wow, look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Play that old song. You really wanted to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that you listen to.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
This is the this is the BSN Sports halftime report at the break. It is all Saint Xavier right now. They lead 35-7 here at half. They accumulated 351 yards of total offense in that first half on a total of 50 plays. The Trojans, meanwhile, racked up just 110 yards of total offense on 30 plays. St. X rushed for 94 yards in that first half. They had 18 first downs, and they threw for 257 yards. They had the ball for 16 minutes and 50 seconds. They went 4 of 7 on third down tries, 1 for 1 on fourth down tries, which led to a 2-yard touchdown, which gave them the 14-7 lead that they have not yet relinquished. And they've also scored all 4 times they've been in the red zone. It started out great for Taylor. They forced a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Then they converted on a 38-yard pass play from Pollard to Ben Davis on a third down try to go up 7-0. Then St. X scored on 4 straight possessions to lead 28-7. They added 1 more touchdown before the end of the half, and they now lead 35-7 here at the halftime break. Taylor will get the ball to start the second half. Justin Hunniford for St. X making his first start of the season in place of the injured Alex Martinez. He went 22 of 32 in that first half for 257 yards. No picks, 4 scores. His longest throw was 38 yards. Harold Davis, his top target. He had 7 catches for 158 yards. But Chris Simmons, 7 catches, 64 yards, 3 touchdowns to lead the way scoring-wise tonight. Hunniford also added a touchdown run of 7 yards. He's rushed for 27 yards the entire night. We'll take a break, come back right after this for the kickoff of the second half. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The women's golf team picked up its 3rd straight turn.
So here we go, second half about to get underway. Taylor will go from right to left. They'll send Trey Burdine and Grant Gehrig deep to take this kickoff here from St. X and Mike Itterbay. Taylor down 35-7. They have not scored since their first drive of the game on that 38-yard pass from Pollard to Ben Davis. The only turnover was at the end of the half on a Pollard interception. Since then, it has been all punts. Itterbay jogs forward, right foot into it, and our second half is underway. He will just boom this one out of the back of the end zone. Actually, he'll check up and land right on the very white line in the back end zone. Taylor starts off 1st and 10 from their own 25. Everett Pollard 6 for 14 in that first half for 79 yards. He threw it to 3 different players. Holbein leading the way with 3 catches for 29. But the Trojans will try to get the offense rolling here. They go from right to left. It'll be the first time we get to see Josh Saltzgaber in the backfield for TU. Pollard in the pistol, snap from the middle. They'll run the option right side. He'll pitch to Jay Saltzgaber around the right side, but he will be stopped right back after a gain of 2 down to the 27. Xavier Nash, the first one to get off the pile here for St. X. Shakes out that right hand a little bit. He led them in tackles, did Nash in the first half.
Josh Saltzgaber, the ball carrier for the Trojans.
And a pickup of 2 for Saltzgaber on his first carry of the night, 2nd and 8. He'll stand to the right of Pollard in the pistol, or the gun, I should say. Kept in the wide man to the right. Taylor sends 3 to the left, a right hash mark snap. St. X will rush 4. Quick throw near side, caught by Davis outside the numbers to the 30. Tiptoes his way close to the 35-yard line. And depending on where he stepped out of bounds, he will be a couple of yards short, called a yard short. A gain of 7, it'll be 3rd and 1. Second catch for Davis tonight.
Out of bounds, just shy of the line to gain. It will be 3rd down and 1.
So back-to-back completions here by Pollard to start. Taylor was just 2 for 8 on 3rd downs in the first half. A 3rd and 1 from their own 34. First drive of the 3rd quarter. Taylor desperately in need of points any way, shape, or form. Down 35-7. Snap will come from the near side hash mark. St. X in the nickel. Option near side, he pitches to Saltzgaber. He'll be wrapped up, try to stretch out, but he'll be stopped short on the play. The first one in there was number 92, Jaleel Hollowell, who read that option perfectly. So no gain. It'll be 4th and 1 for TU from their own 34, down by 28, and the punting unit comes on for the Trojans. The Taylor offense stood out there for a while to make St. X think about it. But here comes Gunderson for his 6th punt of the night. Kevin Block is deep, and Gunderson will right foot this one over. Block calls for the fair catch, makes it at his own 37. A punt of 29 yards for Gunderson.
Number 21, Kevin Block at the St. X 37-yard line.
And St. X will take over 1st and 10 from their own 37, trying to build on this 35-7 lead. They racked up 351 yards of total offense in that first half. 1st and 10 for Hunneford from his own 38. Now he walks up to the line, takes a knee down, and barks out instructions with Vance McShane back there with him. 2 receivers to either side. Snap from the middle of the field, pumps to the right, looks back to his left. Hunneford climbs the pocket, airs it out deep down the far sideline. Kazmarek will usher the intended target out of bounds. Great defense by the Taylor corner, Kazmarek.
Hunneford's pass is incomplete.
The intended man was Chris Simmons, who has 3 touchdown catches already tonight.
2nd down and 10.
It'll be 2nd and 10 here for St. Xavier. Simmons with those 3 touchdown grabs, as we mentioned. Taylor showing blitz from either side with Murray and Broncom, and now they back off. Now it's Swore, the safety, walking forward. McShane was walking to the right of Hunneford. Now he moves back to the left. Taylor again showing an edge blitz. Hunneford quick throw up the seam, and Kazmarek got in there right in time to break up the pass again. And for the 2nd time in a row, Hunneford tried to find Simmons, and Kazmarek was there both times. It's now 3rd and 10 from the St. X 38 for the visiting Cougars. Their first drive here of this 3rd quarter. They lead 35-7. just underway in quarter 3. Trips receivers to the right. Simmons the only man to the left. St. X with the ball from their own 38. Davis, Myrick, and Pipkin all to the near side. Again, it's Simmons out wide to the left. Now Bronkema will defend him. 3rd and 10. Hunnifer drops straight back. Wide open man near side is Davis. Caught at the 42, 45 outside the numbers. And he'll get the line to gain. And then it's a late flag on a 3rd and 10. Davis picks up 11 on his 8th catch of the night.
Pushed out of bounds near midfield.
Gehrig pushed him out of bounds, and the flag is thrown right when Davis stepped out of bounds.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Number 5. 15 yards. First down.
Sixth penalty of the night against TU. Gehrig, one of the captains for TU, can't believe it. So move the ball all the way down to the Taylor 36-yard line after Davis had stepped out of the 49. 5th third down pickup tonight for St. X. They're now 5 for 8, 1 for 1 here in the second half. Hunniford leaps to the line of scrimmage to change the play. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Near hash mark snap. Fakes the handoff. Throw across the middle. Caught by Davis. Again, his 9th catch. He'll speed his way down to the red zone, dragging men inside the Taylor 15. All the way down. He's finally stopped at the Taylor 13-yard line, a gain of 23. And it's a 1st and 10 here for Saint Xavier.
13-yard line. It's enough for St. X first down.
9th catch for Davis. He has 184 yards tonight receiving. Near hash mark snap. Hunniford claps, hands off to McShane. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stays on his feet, then the play is blown dead after Bronkema wrapped him up. Diving in there for Taylor was Sam Bartu to make the initial
McShane was the ball carrier.
Contact, and then Bronkema came in to make sure McShane would gain no more yardage. Hunniford 9 yards away from 300. 2nd and 9 from the 12 after the McShane 1-yard carry. Quick throw near side, caught by Pipkin at the 5. He stood up right there by 3 Taylor defenders. Bronkema, Hill, and Gehrig in on the stop.
Hunniford's pass complete to
But that one's down to the 5. 3rd and 2.
5-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 2.
St. X has already converted 1 third down here. They needed 10 yards on that one. They need just 2 here. A right hash mark snap. St. X going from left to right. First drive of the 3rd quarter. They lead by 28. Hunniford calls his own number. Puts his shoulder down. He was pushed back. We'll see where the progress got him to. It looks like he'll be a yard short, getting down to just the 4 on a 3rd and 2. We need to get to the 5.
Stop near the line to gain. Just shy, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
St. X 1 for 1 on 4th down tries tonight, but it looks like I think they're going to go for it. They bring in the jumbo package here with Hunniford. Hediger, one of the linebackers, in there as well. And Hunniford is going to look like he's just going to call his own number, and Taylor screams for a timeout on the near side, and they will get one. A whole slew of extra linemen came in for St. X.
Saint Xavier.
No, it's actually been a St. Xavier timeout. Taylor was screaming and jumping for one down on the near sideline. Instead, it'll be given to St. Xavier, who calls the timeout. We'll pause momentarily. 4th and 1 for St. X from the Taylor 4. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter with 10:09 to go in that 3rd quarter. And St. X leads by 28. Seventh play of the drive. And St. X again brings that same jumbo package out there. Full house backfield. Hediger, a linebacker, is the deep man. Hunniford will give it to him. He fumbles the ball. It's loose. The beanbag has been thrown. Taylor is going to pick it up. Here goes Gehrig. There's no one in front of him. Tyler Gehrig rumbling up those far side numbers. There goes the tri-captain all the way to the house. An over 90-yard fumble return for a Taylor. Tyler Gehrig with 9:50 to go in the third. We'll see exactly how long that touchdown run is for 5 and white. But St. X called the timeout. They got cute, tried to hand off to the linebacker, Gehrig. He fumbled with it right at the line of scrimmage. It was a scrum for it, and Gehrig picked it up. Gunderson's extra point is up, and it is through. First touchdown of the second half goes to the Taylor defense. They get another defensive touchdown, and with 9:50 to go in the third, still a long hill to climb for TU. But they're back in it now, down 35-14 after Gehrig races over 90 yards the other way, might be close to 95 on that fumble return for Gehrig. He stepped through the tackle of Hunneford, and then there was no one else in front as Gehrig went rumbling and sprinting and racing to the other way. So Taylor will kick it off back to St. X. First turnover of the night for Saint Xavier. So 96-yard official on the return for Gehrig. So they're going to credit the fumble to Hunneford, the quarterback. It looked like he had handed off to Gehrig, who had come in there as the deep man. But Tyler picks it up at the 4, and he goes all the way to the other end for the Taylor touchdown. Trojans now to within 21, 9:50 to go here in this third quarter. Gunderson near sideline, a short kick, and coming forward is the running back McShane. He'll make the catch at the 17, out to the 20, near side numbers 25, still on his feet 30. He'll be shoved out by 27 and white for TU. That is Sam Bolin. And here comes the Taylor D back out here once again.
Out across the 33-yard line.
And we'll call it the 33. So can that turnover give the Taylor defense some needed juice to get a much-needed 3 and out? Here against St. Xavier, whose offense has just been clicking on all cylinders all night. Hunneford back out there, claps his hands, gets it inside, give to Williams. He's wrapped up around the shoulders and spun down for a loss. The first man there was Mark Baker, who wrapped him around those shoulders and pushed him back. Second down and long here for St. X. Good pressure by the Trojan linebacker, Baker.
Williams is the ball carrier. He's stopped in the backfield for a loss of 3. Mark Baker in on the stop for the Trojans.
So back to the 30. Williams will go around the left end, trying to stretch it out. He'll slice through, and he is cut down by Jordan Jackson to the 35. A gain of 5, make it 4 after coming out of the 31.
Takes it out to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 6 on the play. We'll bring up third down and 7.
So make it 3rd and 7 from the 35. The line to gain is the St. X 43. St. X 1 for 2 on third downs here in this half. Hunneford claps his hands and drops back. Left hash mark snap, out route near side. Almost tapping it away was Bolin, and making the catch on the near side and rumbling out to the 50 before Matt Wynn stops him. Leaping forward was Bolin, who tried to get the diving interception. Instead, the pass is hauled in by Dylan Lachewski, one of the backup wideouts. There's a big third down catch for St. X. They move it all the way out to the Taylor 49-yard line. A gain of 16 on the play. On Lachewski's first catch of the night, here's Williams again, up the left guard, over the left guard. Initially hit in the backfield by bar 2. He got a gain of a couple. Stopped at the Taylor 47, a pickup of 2.
Stopped after a short gain by Baker. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Second and 8, snap from the middle of the field. That ball will be snapped by the center, Sorrow, right over that purple Trojan head painted at midfield. 2nd and 8 from the TU 47. Murray comes on the blitz here. Swore, the ball hit into the air, and it's intercepted by the Trojans. Swore hit Hunniford, and it was picked off by one of the Trojan defensive linemen. We'll see who unpacks the pile to come away with it. It's the senior Jordan Bostic out of Colorado. The Trojans with 2 turnovers on the first 2 St. X drives in the second half. And now everything clicking for those in white. They'll take over in St. X territory. Down 35-14 with 7:44 to go here in the third. Swore hit Hunniford, and then Bostic dropped it down and caught it from the sky. The 38th try from Hunniford tonight will be one he would like back. And here comes the Taylor offense. 1st and 10 from the St. X 42. Pollard an empty set, 5 out. Looking left, now looking right. Throws across the middle, caught, and then dropped by Kempton at the 35.
Pollard's pass incomplete.
Kempton had it for a moment. First time he's been targeted here tonight.
Will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Second and 10 for TU from the St. X 42-yard line. They go from right to left. The defense is giving the offense a chance here. Pollard calls the number, races to their side, leans across the 40, gets a couple more as he runs all the way outside the far side numbers. Stopped to the 39, a gain of 3.
Down inside the 40, dropped at the 39.
It'll be a 2nd and 7 for Taylor.
Pickup of 3 will bring up 3rd down and 7.
They were 2 for 8. They're 2 for 9 on 3rd downs here this game. We're looking for their first down here in the second half. Trying to turn this interception after the Swore hit into points here. Trailing by 21, just past the midway point of quarter number 3. Right hash mark snaps. St. X brings a blitz. Throw across the middle, caught by Holbein down to the 30. That's good enough for the first down. He gets a couple more yards. Stopped at the St. X 27. A gain of 12 on 3rd down, and Holbein gets his first second half catch. And the Taylor offense rolling with their first down here of the second half. So gain of 12. 4th catch for Holbein tonight. Crisp on the run, stops. They're trying to bounce it out to the right side, and he'll lose 1. Back to the Taylor 28.
Spencer Crisp, the Taylor bunker here, stopped for no gain on the play.
The first man to make the tackle is slow to get up on the far side for St. Xavier. That'll be number 20, Dwayne Clark. Crisp tried to bounce it out the right side, ran into a host of red uniforms. So a loss of 1 moves it back to the 28. We will pause as we take a look at Dwayne Clark, number 20 for St. X. 6:28 to go here in the third. 35-14, the Taylor deficit, but a fumble recovered for a touchdown, and a pick here has got Taylor cooking. 2nd and 10 from the 28. Actually call it no gain to the 27. Still 2nd and 10 for TU. 3 wide to the left, a tight end left. Nobody in the backfield with Pollard. 5 in the secondary for St. X. They rush 4. Pollard looking to his left, going to the end zone. He's got Faulkner there. Goes up. Did he catch it? Yeah, he did. Faulkner hauls it in. A touchdown, 27 yards. Second touchdown toss from Everett Pollard. And Taylor down 35-20. They've scored both touchdowns here in this second half. And Pollard throws for that second touchdown tonight. 6:10 to go here in the third. Pollard finds Faulkner for the touchdown grab. And here's Gunderson to add the extra point. And a flag is thrown before the snap could happen.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 men in the formation.
And here comes Taylor's offense back onto the field after the penalty call from James Lytle. So Gunderson, Brooks, and Saltzgaber will exit. Pollard, Boy, Brandon George, the center, and Spencer Crisp will come on as Taylor looks to try for the 2-point conversion here. They trail 35-20, 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. A 96-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Tyler Gehrig. An interception by Jordan Bostic has set up the 27-yard touchdown here for TU, and now they will go for 2. Double tight end to the left. Crisp will jump to the right of Pollard. They'll run to the right. Pollard calls the number, leaning in. Did he get to the goal line? Yeah, he leans in. We wait for the signal from the referees. We still wait. Taylor says it's good. And the referees agree with him as well. Pollard dives in as he rolls to his right. And Taylor is now down 35-22 here with 6:10 remaining in the third. Taylor went 3 and out on the first drive of the third quarter. St. X went for it on 4th down from the 4. Hunniford fumbled with it. He's officially ruled with the lost fumble. It looked like he was trying to hand off to Hediger, the linebacker. Either way, Tyler Gehrig scooped it up and went racing to the other end. And then Swore hits the quarterback, Hunniford. Bostic intercepts it behind the line of scrimmage. And then a 27-yard pass from Pollard to Craig Faulkner. And a 2-point conversion by Pollard, and Taylor now down 13 with 6:10 to go here in this third quarter. McShane, one of the deep mans for St. X. Looks like he'll take it from the near side of the 13. Angling to his left at the 20. Now to the 25. Hit once, and then he runs into a wall of white just past the 25. Call it the 28. And that's where St. X will take over, leading by 13 here with 6:02 to go in the third.
Taking out across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
So the St. X offense, which marched right down to the 4 of Taylor on their first drive, and the 7th play of that drive, a fumble. Gehrig picked it up, went the other way, 96 yards. And then Swore hits Hunniford. Gets the interception. They fake the handoff to Davis. Low throw, and that one's off the turf. Hunniford tried to find Pipkin. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 from the St. X 28.
Hunniford's pass is incomplete. Pipkin was the intended target.
So 4 touchdowns for Hunniford. 314 through the air. With a 1 pick. 2nd and 10, near side hash mark. Vance McShane remains. Make that Jamari Watson. First time we've seen Watson, who was an all-MSFA second-team selection 2 years ago as a freshman. He's in the backfield here with Hunniford. Right hash mark snap. They give off to the aforementioned Watson. He runs into a wall of white and is stopped for a minimal gain. Brady Hill, the first one to come out of the pile. He comes up swinging his arms. Also getting his nose in there was Joe Huff. So now it's 3rd and 10 on no gain. Still at the 28. First carry for Watson, no gain. St. X 5 for 9 on 3rd downs here in this second half. Crowd getting rowdy down below us, 3rd and 10. St. X needs to get to their own 38. Hunniford airing it out far side. He's got a man deep. Just off the fingertips of his favorite target tonight, Chris Simmons. Simmons had the Taylor defensive backs beat for days up the left side of the field, but Hunniford's pass too tall for the 5'11 Simmons. It just goes off the fingertips. And a punt for the 3rd time tonight for Kyle Hassett. The Gehrig brothers are back deep. Grant to the far side of the field. Tyler along the near sideline. 3rd punt of the night for Hassett. He's at a 35-yarder and a 13-yarder tonight. Taylor's blocked a punt twice this season. They almost blocked this one. It was Baker again who blocked the first one, or blocked the one against Butler here on this field a couple of weeks ago. Then this ball kicked. Now Tyler Gehrig will pick it up to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 30, on his feet, 25, 20, one man to beat 10, 5, to the end zone, touchdown! Touchdown, Tyler Gehrig! Touchdown, Tyler Gehrig! All the way to the house! Tyler Gehrig had the ball kicked to his feet, and then he goes racing up the near sideline. It's right now a 35-28 Taylor deficit, but now we'll see what the call comes from James Lytle, our head official. They say the ball was downed.
Touchdown is good.
It's a touchdown. And a sideline warning for Taylor. They're not going to care about a sideline warning after Tyler Gehrig gets his second touchdown of the night. And the Trojans to within 7. They'll go for the extra point here. Tyler Gehrig is playing possessed tonight. So Hunneford is going to really want that pass back. He had a first down, maybe even the fourth touchdown of the night to Simmons. Then it gets kicked over, thrown over his head off the fingertips. And then the ball gets kicked to the feet of Gehrig. He goes right into his hands. And then he goes racing up the near sideline, outrunning everybody. He stepped through a couple different men, including the punter, Hassert. And then he dove into the end zone from the 2. And now Gunnarson's coming out to make this a 6-point game with 4:58 to go in the third, in the craziest third quarter we've seen all season. Good hold from Saltzgaber. Gunnarsson drives it right on through. And with 4:58 to go in the third quarter, Taylor down 35-29. Tyler Gehrig has outscored St. X by himself here in this third quarter, 12-0. We will pause momentarily. So the St. X offense that racked up 351 yards of offense in the first half has been stuck in neutral here in the second half. Taylor has outscored St. X 22-0 here in this third quarter, thanks to a 96-yard fumble return by Tyler Gehrig, a 27-yard touchdown pass from Pollard to Craig Faulkner, and then a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown by the aforementioned Tyler Gehrig. Taylor has not beaten St. X in a long, long time, and they trail by just 6 points here with less than 5 to go in the third. McShane will take this kickoff, runs all the way to the far side. Burdine tries to turn him back in. Warner will tackle him from behind down to the 25-yard line. The Taylor offense has touched the ball just twice in this third quarter. They went 3 and out on their first drive. They scored a touchdown on their second one. That was the Faulkner touchdown after Swore knocked the ball in the air, and then it was intercepted by Bostic.
Please put 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock.
So we'll reset the clock to 4:50. Who's having fun? This is fun. Hunneford was spectacular in that first half. He's 26 of 41 now, but he has really struggled to find his rhythm here. Looks like Watson, the man deep with him. He's gotten the majority of the snaps here in the third quarter. Left hash mark snap. Hunneford looks to his right, chased down from behind. He's going to be sacked near the 20. The man to get him was Tyler Hasbrook. Second sack of the night for the Trojans, and the Taylor defense clicking on all cylinders here in this third quarter.
It's Hasbrook. Bringing down for a loss of 5, second and 15.
So a loss of 5, back to the 20, make it a loss of 4 to the 21. Second and 14. Hannaford claps his hands. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now he runs to the line of scrimmage. And now McShane is the man in the backfield with him. He'll move to his right. Taylor creeps up, blitzes. He'll bring Murray from the right side. McShane puts his foot in the ground. He'll run into a man in the back. There's Hasbrook again. The first man to hit him was Hill, and then Hasbrook cleaned it up for no gain. 3rd and 14 from the 21 here for the St. X offense. They lead by just 6 with less than 4 to go here in this third quarter.
Hasbrook with the stop for the Trojans brings up 3rd down and 15.
Third and 15 for St. X, the left hash mark snap. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 out wide to the left. And now McShane will come to the right of Hunnifer. 3rd and 15 for St. X, they lead by 6. Hunnifer drops back, look to his right, now looks to his left, throws a rifle right side. It is complete right near the sticks, and we'll see where they mark it. First reception of the night to Jacob Ludeman. Actually make it his 2nd catch. Are they going to bring out the sticks? No, it's a gain of 9 right at the sticks to Ludeman. And Swore was the one that came in and initially got there. Swore dove in front. Someone else was behind him to slow him down. Sticks are on the far side of the field. 2nd catch for Ludeman tonight. Ludeman signaling 1st down. And they stretch the sticks as far as they can go. They have to lean down to see it, and it will be good enough for a 1st down by just mere inches.
1st down, St. X.
2nd catch for Ludeman and a 1st down and 10. On a much-needed 1st down conversion for St. X, they get out to their own 36. Harold Davis leads them in receiving with 184 receiving yards. Here's Harris on an end around left side, stopped at the 40. Brockema got him, Hill as well. Another end around this time to Nagy Harris. The 2nd official rush of the night, but he's also had a couple in there as well.
Takes the ball out to the 40-yard line.
5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5 for St. X as they get close to midfield. They've got the ball at the 40-yard line. Another handoff, this time to McShane, the running back, over the left end, on his feet, still inside, close to midfield before Jackson dropped him. A gain of 9, another 1st down run
Stopped at midfield.
Here for St. X. And now a Taylor player is back down behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks to be number 30, Jackson Bronkema, as Adam Sparks, the head athletic trainer, stretches out his left leg. Timeout will be called. Ball at midfield for St. X. 1st and 10. They lead Taylor by just 6 here with 2:43 to go in this third quarter. Bronkema back to his feet, will walk to the near sideline. That's good to see for TU. 6th play of the drive coming up for Saint Xavier. They've seen their 35-7 lead be dwindled down to 6 at 35-29 here with a 2:37 running clock in the third quarter. Snap from the left hash. Hunnifer claps, hands off to McShane around the left end, 50. Outside the numbers, Taylor territory, 45. Still on his feet to the 40 before being pushed out of bounds. That's another 10-yard chunk play. Make it an 11-yard run down to the Taylor 39. Back-to-back big runs from McShane. That's another 1st and 10 here for St. Xavier. Make it a 12-yard pickup down to the 38 of Taylor. As McShane starts to get rolling here in this third quarter. 8 carries, 50 yards for the feature back. His number called again around the left end, runs away from trouble outside the numbers. He'll be barreled out of bounds by Jordan Jackson just shy of the Taylor 30. I'll actually say he stepped out at the TU 34.
McShane is the ball carrier.
That's a pickup of
Takes it
4.
down near the 33-yard line.
9th carry for McShane for 54 yards. 2nd and 6 from the TU. Make it 2nd and 5 from the TU 33, excuse me. Left hash mark snap. Taylor brings a blitz. Hunniford climbs the pocket. Pressure comes from behind. Throws on the run. Back to a wide open Pipkin. Now back to the middle of the field inside the 20. Still on his feet trying to get outside the numbers. Pointing out where he wants his blockers to be. 10-5. He leaps for the pylon. And did Pipkins get in? Yes, he did. A 33-yard catch as Pipkins caught it on the near side of the field, eluded his defender initially, was wide open, and then ran all the way to the far sideline and leaps for the end zone. He scores from 33 yards out, and Pipkin gets his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. The 5th one throw from Hunniford. And St. X gets some more breathing room. They go up 41-39 with the extra point to come. Out of the hold of the backup quarterback Hunniford, who's got the start tonight. Idabe, low snap. Hunniford gets it back up, and Idabe remains perfect on his extra points. 95 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter. It's a 42-29 lead here for St. Xavier. We'll see what the Taylor offense can do. It'll be just the 3rd time they've had the ball here in this 3rd quarter. They went 3 and out the first time. They scored a touchdown on the 2nd one. Taylor now down 13 with 95 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter against St. Xavier. So Idabe will tee it up. Idabe, excuse me. Taylor sends Burdine and Grant Gehrig deep. Jake Arnold had to be helped off the field for TU. He's taken to the athletic training tent. A short kick from Idabe. Grant Gehrig puts that mouthpiece in and catches it inside the 10. To the 15, to the 20. Slips into one tackle, back to his left to the 25. To the 30, outside the numbers, to the 40. He runs underneath the tackle out to the 45. So Grant Gehrig taking lessons from big brother Tyler and returning it all the way close to midfield. Look at the young fella, 84 in white. He slipped underneath the tackle and got extra yards and puts this one close to midfield.
47-yard line.
Just the 3rd possession for the Taylor offense here in this 2nd half. A great return for Grant Gehrig. Drew Lefevre, the man in the backfield with Pollard in the pistol. Double tight end set for TU. Ball at their own 47. Inside give. Pollard will call his own number and rumble across midfield. A gain of 4 to the St. X 49.
Pollard takes it on the read option into St. X territory to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
Still in negative rushing for Everett tonight, but that's his 8th carry. As we approach a minute to go in the 3rd. 2nd and 6 from the St. X 49. Double tight end set again for TU in the pistol. Lefevre, the deep man, will fake the handoff. Pollard rolls, throws with a man in his face deep. He's got Kempton there, and just tipping the ball away and preventing Kempton from a walk-in touchdown was one of the safeties for St. Xavier.
Pollard's pass is incomplete. It was intended for Kempton.
Trying to get the number on that jumping fantastic play from the man in red. And it was 33, Tim Walsh. The starting free safety for St. X.
To break it up. To bring up 3rd down and 6.
So 3rd and 6 for TU. Taylor again just 2 for 9 on 3rd downs here tonight. They have struggled. They need 6 yards here for the St. X 49. Pollard calls his own number to the 45. 1st down and more to the 40. 35, 30. Still pulling people in red to the 25. Look at the 5th-year senior rumble. Down to the St. X 25-yard line on a 3rd and short. 1st and 10 for TU as they're knocking on the door of the red zone. Longest run of the night for Pollard. And Taylor goes to the hurry up here. They bring Scott and Lowry in as a double tight end set after the 24-yard keeper from Everett Pollard. First and 10 from the St. X 25. Clock at 24 seconds here in the third. Taylor down 13. They trailed 35-7 at halftime. They've outscored St. X 22-7 here in the third. Snap to Pollard. Fakes. Throws back to his right. Not running and throwing it deep and over the shoulder. Interception try is no good by St. X. Boyd checked up. There's a flag in the backfield. Jarvis Carter, one of the backup corners, was the only one there on the long throw from Pollard. But here's the flag.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10 yards. Replay.
10-yard penalty against TU. Moves the ball back to the St. X 35. That's the 7th penalty against Taylor tonight for 60 yards. 10 seconds left to go in this third quarter. First and 10 for TU from the 35. Scott remains in as a tight end to the right. Lefevre off the right hip of Pollard in the pistol. 2 wide to the right for TU. Kempton, the wide man, to the left. 5 in the secondary for St. X. They'll rush 4. First and 20. Pollard, zone read, throws right side, caught out to the numbers. There's Holbein trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll be 2 yards short. It'll be a second down and 12, and that will be the final play here of this third quarter. Taylor gets defensive touchdowns from Tyler Gehrig to open the scoring in the third. An interception off the tip from Swore by Bostic. Faulkner gets a touchdown catch. Then Tyler Gehrig has a 65-yard punt return for a TD. Pipkins answers with a touchdown for St. X. And we head to the fourth. Taylor with the ball down 13, 15 minutes away, trying to pull off the upset against Saint Xavier. The Trojans outscore St. X 22-7 in the third. What will the fourth quarter hold? We'll find out after this commercial break. Fourth quarter underway here, 2nd and 12 for Taylor from the 27. They go from left to right, down by 13 to St. Xavier. 5th play of the drive for TU. First play of the fourth. Pollard, empty set. Calls his own number, goes right up the middle. Wrapped up after a short gain. Might have gotten down to the TU 25. It'd be a gain of 2. Back to the original line of scrimmage. First one to wrap him up was Danny Saraco for St. X. 3rd and 10 for Taylor. Trojans 4 for 11 on third downs in the game. They picked up 2 third down conversions in that third quarter after going 2 for 7 in the first half. 3rd and 10 here from the 25 of St. X. Just underway, fourth quarter. Holbein moves to the slot left. Pollard takes a snap, rolls to his left. Protection is good. Fakes the throw. Now cocks his arm, still trying to run for it. He'll be shouldered down well short of the line to gain. He didn't even get to the 20-yard line. Might have picked up a couple to the 23, and we'll see what Taylor wants to do here. Almost a minute in here to this fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Their first try on fourth down tonight. Left hash mark snap, 4th and 8 for Taylor from the 23. They need to get down to the St. X 20 or down to the St. X 15. Seventh play of the drive. Taylor from left to right, down 13. 90 seconds into this fourth quarter, a big play here. Crisp is back there with Pollard. Everett drops back. Pressure comes from behind. Hit as he throws to the near side. Boyd trying to come back, and this one's going to be intercepted at the 5-yard line by St. Xavier and Kevin Block, his second INT of the night. Pollard was hit from behind as he let the ball go. St. X has been all the way around Pollard tonight.
Brought down.
And the turnover will
5-6 yard
essentially be good, just as good as a punt. Doesn't look good for Everett in the stat column. And St. X will take over 1st and 10 from their 6 after the INT. Hunniford with McShane to his right, drops back into his own end zone, fires a bullet out to the right side, complete at the numbers of the 10. Man who made the catch eludes 15-20, leaping over defenders. That's Harold Davis. Who else? His team leading 10th catch. Closes in on 200 yards receiving.
to Harold Davis.
And St. X gets a big first down out of the shadow of their own goalpost. A 15-yard pickup down out to their own 20. Hunniford now 28 for 43 through the air. And Davis 198 yards receiving, 9 catches. A give right side. This is McShane outside the numbers. Warner just got his fingertips on him, but McShane will run out of bounds. Another big chunk carry for McShane.
McShane is the ball carrier.
Nope, check that. He stepped out of bounds at the 25.
Pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Pick up a 5.
So a good gain either way.
Second down, 5 to go.
Just not as good as initially looked. 55 yards on the ground for McShane. The right hash mark snap, 12:39 and counting. Here in our 4th quarter. First possession for St. X of the 4th after getting the pick at their own 6. Hunniford drops back, right hash mark, climbs the pocket, throws right before Botzik could hit him, and he overthrows Davis, who had slipped behind the Taylor defense. Wynn was coming in from behind, but Davis had plenty of space to try to haul in the catch if he had room.
Hunniford's pass is incomplete. And 3rd down.
Hunniford 29 for 46 through the air for 374 yards. A 3rd and 5 for St. X. They're 7 of 12 on 3rd downs here tonight. Just 3 for 5 in that 3rd quarter. They need to get to their own 30 as they go from right to left in red. 2.5 minutes into this 4th quarter, St. X leads Taylor 42-29. Quick throw right side, caught for first down yardage. Pulled back, but forward progress by the receiver out to the St. X 33, excuse me. I think that's going to go to Davis, number 6.
Enough for St. X first down.
A gain of 8 on 3rd and 5. 1st and 10 for Saint Xavier from their own 33. They still move from right to left. Taylor shows pressure from either side of the formation. Hunniford, screen pass right side, caught again by Davis or Simmons as they ran the screen. Good gain out to the 38. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 on the pass play. And it looks like it was Simmons who got up off that pile. 9th catch for Simmons tonight. He has 3 touchdown catches by Hunniford.
38-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the St. X 38. They go from right to left, trying to bleed clock here in this 4th quarter, leading 42-29 over Taylor. St. X led 35-7 at the half. Taylor outscored them 22-7 in the 3rd. Hunniford hands off to McShane over the right end. First down and more to the 45. He's pushed out of bounds. That will stop the clock. Will stop right at the 45, a gain of 7. First down.
Takes it out to the 45-yard line.
11th carry for McShane for 67 yards. 1st and 10 for St. X from the 45. Taylor hustles new players on, and the old players come off. Shotgun formation for Hunniford. Justin runs to the line, speaks something to his offensive lineman. 2 receivers to either side. McShane remains back him to his right. Fakes the handoff, throws the right. Caught by Ludeman for his 3rd catch. Gets close to midfield. He stays in bounds. This will be a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for St. Xavier on Ludeman's 3rd catch of the night.
Pass is complete to number 83, Ludeman. Brought down right at midfield. 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5.
So the St. X offense, after being mired in that 3rd quarter, started to click here in quarter 4. 2nd and 5 from midfield for St. Xavier. Justin Hunniford replacing the starter Alex Martinez this week, making his first start of the season. St. X with the ball. They lead by 13. They go from right to left. Inside give McShane, fumbling with it a little bit. Is able to haul it back in, and then leans out to the Taylor 45. Gets just enough. No, they'll say he's a yard short. Stopped at the 46 instead of the 45.
Ball into Taylor territory down to the Taylor 46. A yard shy of first down yardage. Will bring
So
up
can the
third
Taylor
down and
defense get the 1 yard stop here? St. X sends 3 receivers to the left. Jordan Jackson, one of the Taylor linebackers, getting loose on the near side. Snap will come from just inside the right hash mark as St. Xavier goes from right to left in red. They lead by 13. They trailed 7-0, then led 35-7 at half. Taylor trying to get a big third down stop here. 3rd and 1 from the 46. Pressure comes. Brockema almost got him caught by McShane. Angles back in, and he just gets the first down by 4 yards. Brockema was 2 steps away from tackling Hunneford from behind, and then he completes it out to the near side to McShane, who makes his first catch of the night. And there's the 8th third down conversion tonight for the St. Xavier offense. They get down to the 42. So 1st and 10 from the Taylor 42. Hash mark will be on the near side, or snap will come from the near side, hash mark I should say. 4 down linemen for Taylor, but Brady Hill showing blitz from Hunneford's left. Davis in motion. The slot man will get the handoff, rolling right side. Thought about throwing it, potentially trying to run the end around. He's tripped up at the feet. Another tackle there by the young fella, Joe Huff, the freshman defensive back, making a stop on the far side of the field for minimal gain.
after a short gain.
Down to a 1 yard carry, I should say, to the 41. 2nd and 9. 8:45 to go here in the 4th quarter. Taylor still with all 3 of their timeouts left. They really need to stop here down 13. Or a turnover. They got a couple of those in this half. Hunneford, check down near side McShane. He makes the catch and then falls down. Back at the original line of scrimmage, a loss of 1 back to the 42. So McShane got the first down catch on this drive, and now he falls back to a 1 yard loss. 3rd and 10 for St. Xavier. 8:07 and counting here in the 4th. They lead by 13, and they're at the Taylor 42. Taylor showing pressure from the left side. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Hunneford drops back. Taylor rushing for Hunneford all night to throw. Coming to the near side, pressure comes. He'll heave it to the end zone. It's got a man deep in Pipkins, and it's knocked away. Oh, guess who? It's Tyler Gehrig. Who else but 5 and white? Pipkin got behind him, and then Gehrig threw that monster right-hand club up and punched the ball out of there to the sky. 4th and 10 for St. Xavier.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
That was the 50th pass attempted tonight by Hunneford. And the punter, Kyle Hassert, comes on for St. Xavier with 7:49 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Taylor looks to be able to get the ball back here potentially. The wide receivers are out there for St. Xavier to either side. Hunneford is the punter, is a deep man. And now Hunneford's going to run 4th down. Now he's going to run near side all day to run. Taylor trying to chase him down, angling him. Hunneford back in, eluding tacklers. He'll be stopped just shy of the 30. Was that right where they needed him to be? He gets stopped close to the 32. This is what St. Xavier does. They will bring the punter on in Hassert, but they kept the rest of the offense out there. Hassert lined up as a running back deep. They're going to have to bring the sticks in all the way from the far side of the field. As a Taylor player is down here below us. The athletic training staff tending to him. We'll pause, and they also bring the chains out here to measure. It's Jordan Jackson. He pops back to his feet. Check that. We'll keep it here. So it looked like Hunneford was lined up in the pistol. And then saw the wide open space on the near side. He eluded 2 tacklers on the near side and got the extra couple of yards it looks like he might have needed. They stretch the sticks, and Hunneford gets the first down by just inches. A 10-yard pickup for Hunneford, using his legs for the 9th time tonight. And a tough one for the Trojans to take there. They had gotten
First down, St. X.
St. X on a 4th and 10. And then Hunneford eludes 2 different tacklers on the near side of the field. and steps through and gets the first down, gets the 10 yards he needed, gets down to the Taylor 32. 12th play of the drive here for Saint Xavier. 7:39 to go in the fourth. Cougars with the ball, leading 42-29 over Taylor. They've got the ball at the TU 32, going from right to left on the artificial surface. They bring Eric Williams Jr., the backup running back, in. He's to the left of Hunneford in the gun. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Williams will take it around the right side. Taylor trying to string it on out. Williams cuts back in. He's tackled for a short gain of 1 to the 31. Boland and Boswell in on the stop.
The ball carrier stopped after a minimal gain on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Clock getting close to 7 minutes here as St. X has slowed their offensive pattern down. 1 clap from Hunneford. He looks to the sideline, and he might be changing the play as he jogs to the offensive line, says something, and puts his mouthpiece back in with his right hand before licking the tips of his left hand with his mouth. Hunneford looking to the left side, throws that way. High throw, hauled in and high pointed down to the 25. Another catch for Harold Davis, his 13th of the night. That'll put him over 200 yards receiving, as Taylor has had no answer for the top wideout for St. Xavier tonight. Harold Davis, the 5'11 junior from Joliet, Illinois.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Stopped at the Taylor 25. It'll be 3rd and 3. .6:18 to go in the fourth. Taylor needs a 3rd down stop here. Hunneford claps and gets the snap. Great protection. Sprinting out to his right, might tuck it and run. He will. He will run through. The towel came off of his waist as Bartu had him stopped for no gain, but then the towel came off, and then Hunneford kept sprinting forward, and he gets another 1st down to the Taylor 20, a gain of 5.
Picks up a St. X 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
Next will be the 15th play of the drive as we tip below 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Jordan Jackson hustling off. Snap from the right hash mark for Hunneford, with Williams, the deep man, him in the pit here behind him in the pistol. Again, Hunneford claps once, then we'll get the plays over from the far sideline being signaled in. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Now 5:37 remaining in the fourth. Play clock down to 5. Hunneford, quick throw right side, caught, and then pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. Hauling that one in looks to be London Covington, number 14. It is Covington's first catch of the night. The 36th completion by Hunneford. He's over 400 yards through the air tonight. St. X 2 yards away from their 33rd first down tonight. Taylor has just 8. Hunneford gets the play from the far side of the field. McWilliams offset to his right. And Taylor will bring Bronkema in here close to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 2 for St. X from the Taylor 12 as we dip below 5 to go in regulation. And St. X will be forced to use their 2nd of 3 timeouts here in the second half. They lead by 13 with 4:51 remaining here in the fourth quarter. St. Xavier with the ball, 2nd and 2 from the Taylor 12. We're back after this pause on the Trojan Sports Network. Taylor still has all 3 of their timeouts remaining here in the second half. St. Xavier now down to 1. This will be the 16th play of the drive for St. Xavier. They have it 2nd and 2 from the Taylor 12. Hunneford will move Davis in motion to the right side of the formation and put 2 wideouts on either side. Fake the handoff, completion again. Davis wrapped up, and it's a loss on the play. Looked like Kazmarek was the first one in there for Taylor. And now Taylor will take their first of 3 timeouts. There'll be a 3rd and 4 upcoming for St. Xavier. They have picked up 2 big third downs on this drive. Taylor needs a stop here. The clock continued to run. We'll see what they reset it to.
Game clock to 4:43. 4:43. Timeout, Taylor.
So a timeout for Taylor. 4:43 to go here in the 4th. Taylor down by 13. We'll pause momentarily. So a 3rd and 4. St. Xavier tonight on third downs. They are 8 of 15. Very, very solid tonight. Taylor needs a stop here. It's 3rd and 4 for St. Xavier from the TU 14-yard line. St. X with the rock. They lead by 13. 4:43 to go in the 3rd. Hunnifer drops back. Hill comes unglued. Lob to the end zone, and it's caught again. This time it'll be by number 7, Harold Davis. That's his first touchdown catch of the night. He has over 203 yards receiving, and he'll move up to 217 on his first touchdown catch tonight on his 11th reception of the evening. First touchdown of the 4th quarter goes to St. Xavier. Caps off a 17-play drive that started all the way back at their own 6, a 94-yard, 17-play drive for St. Xavier. Extra point is up, and it is good by Itterby.
Itterby's extra point is good.
Well, Harold Davis had done everything except catch a touchdown pass tonight. That changes here. As he now sits with 12 catches, 217 yards through the air. And St. Xavier pushes their lead to 20 at 49-29 over TU. They've scored 14 unanswered points. They took the interception by Pollard as the Taylor went for it on 4th down. Interception was thrown and intercepted at the 6 by Kevin Block of St. X. And then Hunnifer got a couple big 3rd down conversions. Mainly that one where he got, it was 3rd and 10. No, excuse me, it was 4th. No, it was 3rd down, excuse me. Or 4th down, excuse me. They went for it on 4th and 10. They faked Taylor out. He got depth 10 yards. He needed down to the 32. Then he picked up another key 3rd down. Getting down to the Taylor 20. So those 2 big 3rd down. The 4th down conversion, the 3rd down conversion. And then here's Grant Gehrig backpedaling in his own end zone. He'll take a knee, and Taylor will get it 1st and 10 from their 25, down 49-29 with 4:38 remaining here in regulation, and Taylor needs the offense to get going quickly here. You can hear the St. X sideline across from us wanting their defense to close the door. Pollard and the offense out here. Trips receivers to the left. Boy, the only man to the right. Lefevre is back in the pistol. Taylor starts 1st and 10 from their 25. Pollard climbing the pocket. Arrows one out far side to Kempton and is knocked away at the last possible moment by Kevin Block. Nicely done by the 6-foot corner.
Incomplete, intended for Faulkner. Bring him 2nd down and 10.
Everett now 10 for 22 here tonight. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2nd and 10, it's Crisp is the running back next to Pollard in the gun, excuse me. Again, 4 wide for TU. St. X rushes 4. Little screen near side. Crisp catches the 25 out to the numbers, back into the 30. Still running to the 35. That's good enough for a 1st down. He stopped it at the Taylor 38, 13-yard on the screen pass to Crisp. 1st and 10 for Taylor from their 28.
38-yard line, that's enough for a Taylor.
8th first down picked up by TU tonight. Pollard in the offense, working quick. Out route near side, too far for Boys. He threw his left hand out there and couldn't haul it in. Second and 10. Taylor crowd quiet. Trojans down 20. They need chunk plays here. Screen left side, caught by Crisp, 35. Angles back into the 40. Gets stopped at the 44. A gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Pass complete to Crisp.
First one to stop him was Stephen Meyer for the Saint Xavier D.
Second down.
Christian led in there as well. Quick snap. Pollard on a 3rd and 4. Will rush it himself. 45 outside the numbers to the 50. First down, and he steps out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out of the Saint Xavier 48. A gain of 8. A first down run for Pollard. He stepped out of bounds. The clock running, though. It's down to 3:33. Left hash mark snap. Pollard fakes the handoff, looking deep across the middle. Caught at the Saint Xavier 35. Kyle Kempton, his first catch. A gain of 13, and the offense will quickly move to the line with the clock stopping at 3:28, and the chains get reset. 4 wide for Pollard. Faking the handoff, screen near side to Holbein. Read perfectly, and it's an incompletion. Thankfully for the Trojans. Stopped by Omar Salazar. He read that screen pass the entire way.
The intended target will bring up 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for TU from the 35 of Saint Xavier. Taylor down 20. 3:18 to go in regulation. 2nd and 10 from the Saint Xavier 35. They have 5 in the nickel. Salazar almost jumps off sides. Flag is thrown. A free play for TU. Pollard all the way outside the 30. 25, still on his feet. 20. Tiptoes that far sideline. Pollard will be pushed out just inside the 5. A free play for Everett Pollard. He takes advantage and takes it all the way down for a 30-yard gain, making it 29 down to the Saint Xavier 6.
There is a flag on the play.
Glenn Smith III was the one that saved a Pollard 30-yard plus touchdown run.
Offside. Defense. Number 17. Penalties decline. Zone of play.
Salazar tried to stay in bounds, could not. That's 1st and goal for Taylor from the 6. Glenn Smith III, the senior strong safety, was the one that pushed Everett out at the 6. But he tiptoes that far sideline. A free play as Salazar was in the neutrals, was offside. Here's a goal to go from the 6. Left hash mark snap, a high one. Pollard fakes the handoff, climbs, wants to roll to his left, has to elude a man and could not get away from the first man that he got away from. Coming behind and getting the sack will be Omar Salazar. Dimitri Joe was in there as well, but Salazar, the man who jumped offside, makes up for it on the first play from goal to go. A loss of 3 back to the 9.
Bring up 2nd and goal.
Taylor down 20, 49-29, 2:33 and counting here in this 4th quarter. Taylor had got to within 6. That's been 14 unanswered here for St. Xavier. Pollard, comebacker, and Kempton was there, and he just didn't get his hands up in time. And it'll be 3rd and goal for Taylor from the 9. Kempton had the comebacker on the left side of the end zone. His defender was running right by him, and he came back and just didn't get his hands up in the nick of time. 3rd and 9 for TU. Trojans 4 for 12 on 3rd down tonight. They're definitely in 4-down territory here with 2:23 in regulation and TU trailing by 20. Left hash mark snap, Pollard. Here it is. Right to the chest. Comebacker, right side, caught by Faulkner. 5 to the end zone, and Faulkner gets his second touchdown of the night. This one from 9 yards out, and Gunderson will come on to try the extra point. Faulkner caught the touchdown to draw Taylor to within, or drew them to within 35-22. Here he catches a little comebacker to the inside of the field and races in from 9 yards out. First touchdown of the fourth quarter for TU. Saltzgaber with the hold, Gunderson with the kick. And Gunderson remains perfect on extra points here tonight. 2:17 to go in the fourth. Taylor back to within 13. Down 49-36. We already look over there. We see Saint Xavier with the hands unit already out there. Gunderson's already 1 for 1 on onside kicks this season. Had a pooch kick that landed right in the soft spot again in the season opener at Indiana Wesleyan. And we'll see what Gunderson and the Taylor special teams unit can cook up here. The hands unit out there for Saint Xavier. They've got Harold Davis. They've got Elliott Pipkin. Landon Covington will line up front as well. Kevin Block, who has an interception tonight. Six men will line up to the near side for TU, 4 to the far side. And Gunderson will tee this one up on the far side hash mark. Elliott Pipkin, the 6'2 wide receiver, who has caught a touchdown in now the last 4 games for Saint Xavier after hauling in a score tonight, is along the near side of the field, along with Rock Castro. So Taylor going for the onside kick, down 13. Gunderson kicks, takes a high bounce into the air, tapped back, and it will be on the ground, still loose. Fought for as Davis had it go off of his hands. Pipkin initially had it. It was knocked back by Saint Xavier, and they're going to unpile the scrum down here below us. Saint Xavier will come away with it. Trying to see who's the last one off the pile. The one saving the day was London Covington for Saint Xavier. Davis had it go off of his hand, and Covington came in and swooped that one off the turf. A beautifully done kick there from Gunderson. He kicked it just exactly how you want to. Kicked it low, had the first bounce low, and that bad boy spiked high, and even was able to popped over the stretched hand of Elliott Pipkin, the 6'2 wideout. 2:13 to go. 1st and 10 for Saint Xavier from their own 38. They lead by 13. They have 1 timeout left, Taylor with 2. They fake the handoff near side. They'll give it back to McShane around the right end. Swore is there. He'll try to push him through a stiff arm, and then McShane goes diving forward across the 40. And timeout is called by TU.
Stopped after a short gain on the play.
He dove across the 40, was stopped after a gain of 2 to the 40. McShane now at 73 yards on the ground tonight. We'll pause momentarily during the timeout. So Taylor with 1 timeout left. Same thing for Saint Xavier. Saint Xavier close to 500 yards of total offense tonight, but Taylor with that fumble return, an interception that led to a touchdown and a punt return is why they've been able to hang in this one tonight. Short gain for McShane. A gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and long. And Taylor will take their 3rd and final timeout here in the 4th quarter with exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the contest. Taylor down by 13, 49-36. We will pause again for the timeout.
Taylor.
So 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Taylor's taking their third and final timeout. If they can get the stop here on 3rd and 7, they would presumably get the ball back with roughly a minute to go. McShane with the handoff. Still on his feet. Stop for a couple. No gain, actually, and it will be. So the game clock's still going. They have not gotten the play clock rolling. Now they do. So Taylor will get the ball back with about a minute 10 when the snap will occur. Down by 13 and no timeouts left.
Bar2 on the stop for the Trojans. That brings up 4th down and 7.
The Bar2 got the stop. St. Xavier will run this one all the way down to that minute 10 mark and then take their third and final timeout of the half before punting it back to TU. And you know who is lurking back there, Tyler Gehrig, already with a 65-yard punt return to his name tonight. And with a minute 10 remaining in the fourth, St. Xavier will take that third and final timeout. Both teams clear of timeouts.
Fans, just a reminder to stick around for the Postgame
We will have
show.
As our PA announcer, Cameron Andrew, mentions, the folks will have the fireworks after the game for the folks here in attendance. Taylor back on the road next week. They take on number 25, Siena Heights, before coming back here for homecoming on October 13th. So now it'll be the younger Gehrig, Grant back to take this punt. Fourth punt of the night for Kyle, or the third punt of the night for Kyle Hassert. He is back in the true punt formation here. Taylor has already blocked 2 punts already this year. They've not blocked one tonight, and that will stay the same as this one drives G. Gehrig back inside his 20. Takes it, spins through one tackle, still on his feet to the 20. Trying to run out to the left side. He is stopped by a whole host of St. Xavier defenders. 58 seconds left to go in the fourth. Taylor down 13, 49-36. And they'll get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 27. Taylor has not gotten the big chunk plays tonight. Their longest play from scrimmage, the Ben Davis touchdown reception for 38 yards. Ironically enough, that matched the longest play from scrimmage for St. Xavier. Harold Davis had a 38-yard catch. Pollard fakes the handoff, climbs the pocket, sacked from behind. Getting to sack Xavier Nash, who's been all over the field tonight for St. Xavier. And St. X has lived up to their billing. They came in leading the MSFA in sacks, and they have gotten close to 5 here tonight. 2nd and 12, Pollard. Protection breaks down again, and he'll be sacked again. This time back close to his 10-yard line. Nash was in there,
Pollard brought down for a sack
along with Josh Hediger.
First man there for St. X. We'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 19 with 20 seconds left to go in regulation. Taylor down 13. Davis will come to the near side of the field. Taylor from left to right and white. Game clock down to 12. Quick throw, pass deflected. It'll be a 4th down here for TU as Christian Lett blocked the pass of Pollard. 10 seconds left in the fourth. Taylor down 13. It'll be 4th and 19 from their own 13-yard line. Ball at the Taylor 13. Actually make it the 14. Lefevre, the running back, in there with Everett Pollard. 2 receivers to either side. They'll give off to Lefevre. Left side, big chunk play. Still on his feet to the 25. He'll be taken down just short of the 30. Not enough for the 1st down. And the game clock will stop with 2 seconds. And the ball goes back to St. Xavier.
Lefevre, the ball carrier.
St. Xavier already walking across the 50.
He stopped short of the line to gain.
The coaching staff was out there as well. Still one more play. Tip your cap to Justin Hunneford, his first start of the season. He comes in, goes 38 for 55, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, 422 yards through the air, as he outgains Taylor's offense by himself through the air tonight. He'll come in for the easiest play he'll make all night. Outside of his knee from the first half. He'll take it, and that will be our final play from scrimmage tonight. So Taylor gets to within 6, following the 65-yard punt return by Tyler Gehrig, trailing 35-29. Back-to-back touchdowns from Saint Xavier gave them a 49-29 lead. Taylor got the Faulkner touchdown to draw to within 13, but they would get no closer than that 6. Taylor falls to 2-2 on the year. Saint Xavier moves to 3-3. We'll come back and take a look at this one on the Ivanhoe's Postgame Show here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You gotta have the music that you just listen to.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Fireworks going off in the background here as we start the Ivanhoe's postgame show tonight. Taylor comes up short to Saint Xavier. The Cougars win by a final of 49-36. Taylor gave them their best shot. They got to within 6 after that Tyler Gehrig 65-yard punt return to make it a 35-29 deficit. But they would get no closer than that. Elliott Pipkin caught a 33-yard touchdown pass as he angled back into the field on that Pipkin touchdown. On a second down from the 33-yard line. Caught it, ran through 2 tackles, and then was able to take it into the end zone for the score. Offense was the big key tonight for Saint Xavier. They racked up 587 yards of total offense on almost 100 plays. They were at 97 plays tonight. They had 351 total yards in the first half. They had 236 in the second. Taylor finished with 283 yards of total offense, 183 in the second half, after having 110 in the first. First downs were in favor of Saint Xavier, 33-12. They outgained Taylor on the ground, 165-110. And Justin Hunniford, in his first start of the season, threw for 422 yards tonight. Everett Pollard was limited to 173. Defensively tonight, or continue offensively, St. Xavier really good on third down. They went 11 for 18. Taylor just 6 for 15. St. Xavier 2 for 3 on fourth down. Taylor 0 for 2. And red zone chance tonight, St. Xavier went 5 for 6. Taylor got into the red zone once. They scored once as well. But the offense really kind of couldn't find their rhythm there early. The defense helped them out. Obviously, the 96-yard punt or fumble return by Tyler Gehrig on the first St. Xavier drive from the 4. They went for it on fourth down. Gehrig picked it up after the exchange was fumbled between the quarterback Hunniford and what looked to be, from our vantage point, the linebacker Hediger for St. Xavier. And then he picked it up, stepped through the shoelace tackle attempt of Hunniford, and went in for the score. That made it a 35-14 game. And then after an interception, Swore hit Hunniford. The ball popped into the air. Bostic came down with the INT. Everett Pollard found Craig Faulkner for a 27-yard touchdown that made it 35-22 St. Xavier. And then the Gehrig punt return to draw Taylor to within 6. We'll pause momentarily and come back with the head coach, Ron Korfmacher, here on the Trojan Sports Network. back here at Turner Stadium for the final time tonight. Now catching up with the head coach of the Taylor Trojans, Ron Korfmacher. And, Coach, you go into the locker room down 35-7. You come back out, and Tyler Gehrig was the story of that second half. You guys outscore Saint Xavier 22-7 in the third quarter to get right back into it. What did you think of your team's performance tonight, giving Saint Xavier all they handled after a real slow start there in the first half?
Well, yeah, those were good things in the second half. The first half, we didn't fight well and played poorly executing. And, even if we didn't play well in the first half, but you can cut their run in half, 21 points or 14, it's a whole different game for us, and how we respond to it. We didn't respond well in the first half a couple ways. I thought we had so much gas and juice early. I felt like there were spots where I felt like our guys thought, hey, one or two series and like we knew what they do and they're going to get the ball out quick. We talked about this. They're going to get the ball out quick and get yak yardage. Ball out quick, yak yardage. They're going to stretch today. They found things on the edges to run like a stretch or a sweep on us, and then they're going to get their seams or their deep balls up the field. But it's just similar template, Play fast, short catches, yak yardage.
And, they turned it up after you forced them 3 and out of that first drive. That second drive, they just almost won it. And I mean, they were snapping the ball by the time right when the whistle got done.
Short throws, yak yardage. Short throws, yak yardage. Yeah. We got tired. I thought we got mentally tired. There were some things that got exposed that we've got to get far better at. And I do like how we came back in the second half, and we came back with making some plays. I mean, they moved the ball down the field on us and inside the 5-yard line there. We stopped him. He fumbled. Either way, we'd get that ball because it was a stop. And if we recovered a fumble, it's us. And all of a sudden, Gehrig's running out of there for a touchdown, and great effort and awareness and belief. He does the same thing on the punt that the kid tapped, and he picks it up and starts running. Guys get in front, and so there were some real opportunistic things. The interception, the ball that got tipped and intercepted. We came up short. We felt like we could run the ball some, but this game didn't become a running game, of course, with one score. If we could keep it at a one-score game or score after, get it back to a one-score game, then we could have been a little more balanced with some run. We didn't run well early. I mean, they were very good gap control early, but we kind of got Everett running in that second half, and he was really productive with it. So it felt like we got to get more consistent. It felt like we were a lot of all or nothing at times. All really good early, and then went flat and flat on our execution, and then flat on our energy. Both of those go hand in hand, but execution fuels energy. I mean, that's no doubt. That's the thing that is the fuel that keeps things going. So anyways, we'll rebound here. And got to play better when it's tough going, when it's tough sledding. We just got to play far better, both units, as a team, when it's tough sledding in the middle of it.
You knew that Saint Xavier was one of the top teams, not only in the league, but also in the country when it comes to sacks. Defensively, you give up 5 tonight. You came in allowing just 2. There were also a couple times they got pressure on Everett. He either got the ball
hit all
away.
day. He got hit all night.
What did they do to apply so much pressure on Everett tonight?
They brought A-gap pressure a lot, and maybe more on runs than on passes. They brought both edges off the edge. And up front, their guys defeated us sometimes off the snap. I mean, their interior D linemen. So, I mean, they kind of bring it from everyone. We know they're a team that presses the issue and pressures the quarterback, and they did that against some fine teams, too, on their schedule, the schedule that they've played thus far. So that was one of their strengths, and certainly tonight it was not our strength. It was a weakness of ours, and how we were protecting the spot, protecting the quarterback.
We touched on it a little bit. I want to go on last thing here. Tyler Gehrig, he hits the 96-yard fumble return for the touchdown, the 65-yard punt return to draw you within 6. He also had a pass deflected in the end zone where he got beat on the play, dove or got the swung on the ball and popped it free. What do you think of one of your captain's performances?
Really good, and he represents some of the other guys. Craig Faulkner had a good night. I mean,
2 touchdown catches.
We kept talking about fight every down, and his first touchdown catch was he fought for the ball. He went up and he's not a guy. He went and fought for the ball. He's not leaping over top of people. He went to fight for the ball, and so that again produces a score, produces a lot of energy. It produces a great example of just men fight. And we got to get more consistent, and that means 11 guys at a time and each side of the football continually fight, make things happen. Grant Gehrig had it on a kick return. You know, he went guns out and kept alive. He broke some tackles, spun out, you know, and gets the ball out the midfield for us, you know. And so there were those spots. We're going to watch film and find them, but we're going to watch film and also find some times the fight, you know, just a fight on a given down or a given situation. We misfired. We misfired on some of those.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck with the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
That's the head coach, Ron Korfmacher, joining us here on the Ivanhoe's Postgame Show. Taylor back in action next week when they travel to number 25, Siena Heights. They're back here a week later to take on Marion for the homecoming contest. That will be in October. Special thanks to Kyle and Jason, our camera operator and producer tonight. We thank you folks for tuning in tonight as well. Final score here from Turner Stadium: Saint Xavier defeats the Taylor Trojans by a final of 49-36. This has been a presentation of Taylor Football on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.